Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is January 26th, 2020. The breaking news today. At the time the Pro Bowl was kicking off, just hours before the 60-second Grammys will begin, Kobe Bryant, legendary basketball star in the NBA, dead at 41, along with his 13-year-old daughter and other people traveling with him in the helicopter that crashed. If you missed the work I did yesterday, I did two videos on LeBron and Kobe. I did one before the game was played with the significance of LeBron James passing Kobe Bryant in points scored to become third all-time, January 25th, 2020. If you missed that video, you definitely want to check it out. I explained how in the world of sports, major feats are synced with ritual murders. And I talked about how Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins, Philadelphia basketball players, Kobe's from Philly. LeBron passed Kobe yesterday in Philly. I talked about how Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins were both ritualistically murdered for Kobe's last NBA game against the Utah Jazz, April 13th, 2016. Moses Malone again died at age 60. Kobe played his last game scoring 60 points. Kobe played his last game against Utah. Just like how Moses Malone was drafted by Utah out of high school, not unlike Kobe Bryant, not unlike LeBron James, both high school stars. So what I didn't think would happen, and what I couldn't have imagined yesterday talking about this, is that we'd already have an example to talk about another ritual murder, and it being Kobe Bryant, the day after LeBron passes him in his hometown. I've been decoding since the news. I know about 1,000 of you guys have called me on the Gematria hotline to let me know about this. I've been decoding the whole time, so I have a lot of information here. And let's just go through it. So it's the 26th. I talked about how significant this number 26 is yesterday. Yesterday was January 25th, 1 plus 25, 26. Now we're actually on the 26th day of the month where Kobe dies. If you have not read my book, again, come to Gematria Effect News right up here at the top. Click ebook. The book's here, 800 pages, instant download. The first chapter is why there are 26 letters in the English alphabet. This is what is known as the God number in Gematria. This is a very special number, 26. Bryant's 26, Jordan's 26, Game is 26, God's 26, and the list goes well beyond that. 26 is the number. It's not an accident that the English alphabet is 26 letters, and it's not an accident that players like Bryant and Jordan have literally been worshipped like gods by sports fans in recent decades. Guarantee you there's a lot of people who are completely heartbroken today by this news. I'd say, I'm 36 years old, I'd say, people around my age, you survey 1 out of 2 sports fans who's about my age, they're going to tell you Kobe Bryant's their favorite athlete. The word athlete also equals 26. I should have had that up here. And again, Kobe's from Philly. Philadelphia equals 101. That's the 26th prime number. This news was announced as the Pro Bowl was kicking off. Pro Bowl 101, the 26th prime. And like I said yesterday I covered the significance of LeBron's ritual and the upcoming Super Bowl 54. Now Kobe's part of the death rituals for Super Bowl 54, as we'll get to. I'm just making the point, it's not an accident that this news broke at the same time the Pro Bowl in the NFL was kicking off. Sports are a web of information. So, you know what? Let's just cover this real quick. Again, last night. So realize before this game was played, I talked about the significance of 54 before the game was played, because Kobe being Bryant equals 54. The date was January 25th, 25/1, like 251, the 54th prime. Last night, LeBron passed Kobe, scoring the 54th points for the Lakers. No accident. And if you saw this game, the score was 48-51. The Lakers and Philly were in a close race, and then you could see it went into tank mode. The Lakers just started playing dumb, throwing the ball away, committing dumb offensive fouls, hoisting up bricks left and right, like no follow-through, not even trying to make shots. And the next thing you knew, the game was out of hand. And the next thing you know, the score's 54-74, 20-point deficit. Again, it was no accident they let Philly get up to 74 before they scored their 54th point. This is the 74th NBA season, the year of Zion Williamson, which equals 74. Masonic occult killing, Gematria English, they all sum to 74. So anyway, this was a ritual last night, and this has everything to do with Kobe's death today. If you missed yesterday's videos, definitely check them out. A lot more that's important. Yesterday was 26 days after LeBron's birthday when he passed Kobe. Yesterday, the day that LeBron passed Kobe, was 26 days after LeBron's birthday. You see? Okay. So let's get into the rest of this. This happened on a Sunday, right? Sunday's the one day of the week that sums to 33, like Kobe, like LeBron, like James. When Kobe was passed yesterday, it was done in the 33,000 points range. And here, I can just make that point. Let me just show you real quick in case you need some clarification. Hold up. I got it here on the post from yesterday. So, LeBron before yesterday was on 626. Notice he came in with 33,626 before passing Kobe at 33,643. 26 again, 26 days after Bron's birthday. But 33,000 and some points, so they were in the 33K range when this happened, for third all time. Next up, Karl Malone, and then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. By the way, Abdul-Jabbar equals 74, 74th NBA season. A lot of rituals we've talked about this year on Patreon between Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's two NBA teams. One's the Lakers, one's the Bucks. Anyhow, Sunday's the one day of the week that sums to 33, like Kobe, like LeBron, like James. Remember, LeBron was the first player to come back from down 3-1 in the NBA Finals. He was the 33rd player and team to try. NBA Finals equals 33, like Cleveland. He came back and won it on the real King James's birthday, and we won a lot of people a ton of money because I said they're coming back. And even before they were down 3-1, I told people all year LeBron was winning that year. It was all about King James. Sure enough, he won it on the real King James's birthday, June 19th. First player in 33 attempts to do it in the NBA. Now, with regards to today being the 62nd Grammys, and again, this is what I've been preaching for years. Ritual murders and entertainment, always around the time of award ceremonies, always around the time of sports championships. I always point out that this year, the coldest, darkest time of the year is when you see the most deaths, around the time of the Super Bowl, Grammys. It's just clockwork. And with regards to it being the 62nd Grammys, notice Grammys is 33. But the 62nd, sacrifice equals 62. Faustian bargain equals 62. What that is a deal with the devil. If you sell your soul for fame and riches and material gain, that's considered a Faustian bargain. So many celebrity deaths in connection to this number 62. Here's the latest. Kobe dead on the day of the 62nd Grammys. And that story, where that comes from, that terminology, Faustian bargain, the character who sells a soul in the novel is named Dr. Faustus, and he's also referred to as Faust. And just notice, Dr. Faustus is 47. 47 is a special number in itself, a number that represents time, the number that's so symbolic to the Masons. We're going to talk about Shaquille O'Neal, who's 47 years old. Kobe wore 24. LeBron wears 23. Added up, 47. Faust is also 67, like blood sacrifice. Kobe's dead on a date with 67 and 47 numerology, along with his daughter. So the story is Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. So many celebrities have died in helicopter crashes. You know, one of the most famous of all time, Stevie Ray Vaughan, whose best-selling album was Texas Flood, and then Texas flooded on the anniversary of his death a couple years ago. It's another story, but Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas Sunday morning. TMZ Sports has confirmed. Kobe was traveling with at least 3 other people in his private helicopter when it went down. A fire broke out. Emergency personnel responded, but nobody on board survived. 5 people are confirmed dead. We're told Vanessa Bryant was not among those on board, and we'll get to what's interesting about that. If you know my work in 38, Kobe's dead exactly 38 weeks after his wife's birthday. We'll get to that. Like I always say, all these athletes, they're in arranged marriages, and their whole careers are even synced up with the spouses from these arranged marriages. Notice Calabasas, where he died, has that Gematria 67, like the date numerology. Has Gematria 59 and 67, like Black Mamba, his nickname. Remember, 59 is that number coded all over Black history. Negro, Slave, Blues, Rasta, they all sum to 59. Black History Month, February, typically ends on the 59th day of the year, except for leap years. The NFL called this the year of the black quarterback. Patrick Mahomes just advanced to the Super Bowl in a game 35-24, 59 points. It's in Miami Gardens this year, which equals 59. Lamar Jackson, the blackest quarterback in the league, scored 59 points week 1 in Miami. Another ritualistic number. That's why they called LeBron the Black Mamba. Code that 59 on him. Michael Jordan equals 59. Of course, so many parallels between Kobe and Michael. Okay, so other things. Let's not forget that Satanic equals 67 too. Again, Faustian bargain. Faust, 67, making a deal with the devil. So, Kobe. Again, his name, his full name, Kobe Bean Bryant, the son of Joe Jelly Bean Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant, 54. 2 years ago. 2 years ago when we really had the Super Bowl nailed down early, when we said it was going to be Patriots and Eagles after week 3. You might recall the Eagles were in L.A., and L.A. was the huge favorite, but we said, no, this is the Eagles' year, and they took that game. Kobe was part of the ritual singing Fly, Eagles, Fly, and I pointed out back then, Fly, Eagles, Fly, Kobe Bean Bryant, the stuff's not an accident. And now here he is just dead right before Super Bowl 54. So just making the point of why Kobe goes at this time. And notice Kobe's 41 years old. Super Bowl 41. Kobe Bryant without the middle name 41. Last night, King James passed him. King 41. And of course, Kobe and Shaq, they were the unstoppable duo in the rigged NBA. Today's 41 days from Shaq's birthday, and notice Shaq's 47 years old right now. You might recall his sister died by the numbers this past year. Covered that at the time. It was on a channel that was deleted 2 channels ago. If you're new here, the reason this channel has such small subscribers is because it's been deleted 20 times. Had we not been deleted by Google so many times, we'd have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. People would really be receiving this message like they deserve. But understand, Google is part of the cabal. Google does not want this knowledge out there. It's why this channel is shadow banned. It's why it's been deleted so many times. It's why, you guys who subscribe get unsubscribed. Some of you don't realize because you probably have 1,000 subscriptions and you just forget about the channel. But Google does everything in their power to keep this channel as small as possible. Google, therefore, to me, is responsible for these ritual murders just as much as the people who actually do it. And again, Google is part of the cabal, so yeah, they absolutely are. It's why they do not want this knowledge out there. But with regards to Kobe being 41 and this being 41 days from Shaq's birthday, LA's 41. Recall we covered the death of Joanne Buss. Joanne Buss of Jerry Buss of the Lakers. She died December 16, 2019, which was also a date with 67 numerology. That was 41 days before Kobe's death. Again, LA 41, the LA superstar. Joanne Buss's death comes 41 days before Kobe's. Joanne had that 54 connection as well. Again, I'm watching the people with the 54 connections pile up in the morgue this past year. Covered way too many of them. Just even covered one this morning on the death of another drummer with a 54 connection. His death was in the news yesterday, the same day that LeBron passed Kobe on the 54th point. So, Kobe's dad, Joe Jellybean Bryant, from his birthday to his son's death is his 100th day of his age. It's also 3 months and 8 days. But the 100 stands out because, again, when you write out 100, it equals 54. This is the 100th NFL season, concluding with Super Bowl 54. Like we just talked about in the college championship. Clemson, Dabu Sweeney, the championship was 54 days after his birthday on a 54-date numerology in New Orleans, which equals 54. For Trevor Lawrence, it was his 100th day of his age that game, and Trevor Lawrence became 25-1 as a starter, like 251, the 54th prime. Same day Kobe got passed by LeBron with the 54th point scored in the game. So 3 months and 8 days, again, death, murder, killing, RIP 38. We'll expand on that in a moment because we're going to look at how this death comes 38 weeks after his wife's birthday. And that's actually right here. So his wife, Vanessa Lane Bryant, of course, years ago, big story that Kobe cheated on his wife, and then he got her the huge diamond to make up for it. Might even have to go back and look at that story later. But here it is. Her birthday is May 5th to January 26th is exactly 38 weeks. 38. Again, death 38. If you're new here, the movie poster, Murder by Numbers, the E's changed to the 3, the B to the 8. No other letters are changed, just 3-8. Murder's 38. Killings 38, deaths 38, RIP's 38. This code of letters and numbers is Gematria 38. English is 38. It comes from Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. Kabbalah's 38. Again and again, just shows up around deaths. The video I did this morning on the drummer, he was in the band Death, which turns 38 years old this year, and now he's dead. And again, he has the 54 connection. With regards to this being 266 days after his wife's birthday, remember, 266 is a number of the Jesuits, and Jesuit order equals 54. Jesuit order 54. The Jesuit motto in Latin has a gematria value of 266 as well as 122. That's interesting because the current Pope, Pope Francis, is the first publicly Jesuit Pope. Pope Francis is 122. And San Francisco is named after the same thing that Pope Francis is named after, St. Francis of Assisi. And, of course, the 49ers are in the Super Bowl. San Francisco equals 122 as well. It's on the 122nd meridian. If you look up Jimmy Garoppolo's stats right now, he's 12-2 at home as a starter. He just did that in the conference championship. And Jesuit equals 84, like Pope Francis has 84 date birth numerology. Sunday is also the one day of the week that equals 84. And, of course, it was the Catholics and Jesuits who helped change the day of worship from Saturday to Sunday. But Jesuit Order 54, they got that strong 266 connection. And again, the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite are the ones that really run the world of professional sports. And both of them are Masonic in nature. Both operate by this code. The NBA Finals this year will begin June 4th, 2020. June 4th. From Kobe's death to the start of the finals is a span of 131 days. This number is always related to sports championships and riddles. So the riddle for the NBA Finals runs through Kobe's death. And notice when you write out helicopter, it's 57. He died in a helicopter crash. When you write out NBA Finals, it's 57. When you write out 57 as a word, it's 131 like championship, like Super Bowl. Again, 131 days from his birthday. And it's just like how in the divisional round of the playoffs, again, this year was tough with the playoffs, but I told people the best bet you could make in the divisional round for a two-team parlay, the very safest, was to take the Packers and the 49ers to meet again in the conference championship, because it would be 57 days from their regular season meeting, which just made too much sense for the NFC championship. And then sure enough, the score ended up being 37-20 in the NFC championship, 57 points for just another example of 57. Same thing, year after year, the same numbers. Clockwork. You know, we had the Nationals beating the Astros because we saw how Nationals equaled 57 and the Astros could pick up the 57th loss in their postseason history. We also had Nationals over Astros before the postseason even began. Huge odds. Helicopter also carries that Gematria 666 like the NBA Finals, number that they like to do a lot of rituals with. You know, the other year they said LeBron was the first player to go to 6 straight finals since 66. When Bill Russell did it. And LeBron equals 66, LeBron James 66, Lakers 66, Number of the Beast 66, Revelation that teaches about 666 is the 66th book of the Bible. So we've talked about helicopter rituals and 666 a number of times. Here's another. For Kobe, today he's died on his 157th day of his age. Remember yesterday when he got passed, it was his 156th day. Philadelphia 76ers 156. Now is 157th day of his age. And I talked about this number in yesterday's video because Kobe Bryant's 157. Staples Center where he played is 157. 157's the 37th prime. Los Angeles is 37 where LeBron plays now when he passes Kobe in his hometown of Philly. And If you write out the phrase helicopter crash, it equals 79 and 83 like murder. 79 is the 22nd prime. Super Bowl 54 coming up is on 2/2. Remember, basketball equals 22. He's dead 22 days before Jordan's birthday. We just saw the return of Zion Williamson for his first NBA game on the 22nd day of the year. Of course, he scored 22 points. David Stern died on the 22 date numerology. Again, all this stuff is perfect ritual. Notice LeBron Raymond James. LeBron's full name is also 79. Zion Williamson is 79. So is New Orleans Pelicans. And speaking of Zion, he's going to play on ABC tonight. It's his third career NBA game. Tonight's the game where more people are going to see him than ever. Zion Williamson. And again, if you guys are new here, there's 4 base ciphers. You got to know all 4. Zion Williamson is 74 in the most pure cipher. Like, this is the 74th NBA season. Like how, again, when LeBron passed Kobe last night, he made the score 54. Kobe beating Bryant 54 on 25/1, like 251 the 54th prime, while the Lakers were stuck on 74 points. And then Zion Williamson's also 79, which is the 22nd prime, like how he makes his appearance on the 22nd, scoring 22. And, of course, he scored 17 in the fourth quarter, and I did a video before the game was played on the significance of 22 and 17 in the ritual. But his team, New Orleans Pelicans, 79. And, again, Zion Williamson, look at this. So we covered the 74, 74th NBA season. Remember, the Zion Williamson sweepstakes were May 14th, 2019. That is the anniversary of the establishment of Zionist Israel, May 14th, 1948. Think about it. What are the odds? And do you remember what ESPN did the day before that? They had a story about all the Jewish rabbis praying in New York for Zion to come to the Knicks. And again, Zion, the Jewish nation, the sweepstakes on the anniversary of the establishment of the nation. Remember, Jewish is 74th, the alphabetic order, just like Gematria, just like English, just like Masonic, just like occult. 74 is the number. But these other 2 numbers, whoops, I'm missing a letter here, an L. Zion Williamson, 191, 187. Again, we were just talking about the Jesuits. Society of Jesus. That's their official name, Society of Jesus. 191, 187, 79. Very similar to Zion Williamson, right? And by the way, Jesus is 74, Cross is 74, Gospel 74, Parables is 74. I forgot one of the things I need to put in there, but did I say Messiah? Messiah. Anyway, the Society of Jesus. Those are the Jesuits. Jesuit Order 54. So Zion Williamson just has all these significant numbers. And this is what it is. This is what goes on in the world of sports. It's a trade-off. Kobe's dead. This NBA legend. Now they're in the beginning of making this new NBA legend, Zion Williamson, in the 74th NBA season. It's no secret who runs the NBA. You know? It's no secret. Same people I've been telling you about for years. Exact people I'm talking about right now. I don't think there's ever been a more consistent person on the planet. You know? Think about how many videos. It's a damn shame that Google's deleted me so many times, because there literally would be hundreds of thousands of subscribers on this channel by now. And there'd be thousands and thousands of videos to just go back and see how repetitive I've been, how consistent the patterns have been, what goes on every year around these sports times. That's why we've been deleted, though. Google doesn't want that archive of knowledge and evidence up here. That's the problem with this day and age we live in. Too Orwellian, too easy to destroy information by these tech companies. By the way, Kobe has died a span of 163 days. Oh, I forgot to tell you one other thing about Zion Williamson. I'll just show you right now. You see this 187 right here? His birthday's July 6th, Zion Williamson. July 6th is the 187th day of the year. You see that? July 6th. Look at this. July 6th is the 187th day of the year. So, let's just measure. Just so you can see this. From Kobe's death to Zion's upcoming birthday, his 20th birthday in 2020, So from 1/26/2020 to July 6th, 2020, it's a span of 163 days. That is the 38th prime number. Uh-oh. Derek's calculator's having trouble. Let's try it one more time. 163, 38th prime. Again, death, murder, killing, RIP, all 38. So, yeah, this is what it is. A web of related rituals. In the article, they pointed out that Kobe played 20 seasons. Again, it's 2020. I've predicted that this is going to be a bad year for celebrity death. I especially think in the world of rock and roll, because rock is 20. And I said that before The Rock's father died on the 20-date numerology, which was January 15th, 2020, when they announced the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, which falls on The Rock's birthday, the ceremony. Of course, his father's death was synced up with the 49ers, as we talked about. The Rock from the Bay Area. So death 20, big death in 2020 for the man who played in 20 seasons. Today's news is 27 days after LeBron's birthday, just like how he passed Kobe. Bryant 26 days after his birthday. Now Bryant dead on the 26th. We call 27 the ritual number. That's why you have that 27 club. Notice Kobe being Bryant also sums to 243. That's how many years old the United States is right now, 243. In the video I did earlier today, I'll just make the point again. The planet Venus equals 54 like Kobe being Bryant. The planet Venus takes 243 Earth days to make one rotation. We talked about this at the beginning of the year. By the way, 62 sacrifice. The Steelers wide receiver coach Daryl Drake died at age 62, and there's a lot to it, but from his birthday to his death was his 243rd day of his age. Pittsburgh Steelers 243, and Daryl Drake 54 like Jesuit order. And again, this matters because astrology is a piece of this. Venus is very important to the Masons. Again, this code is very much Masonic because Masonry is based in Kabbalah. And just to make a point about that real quick, Kobe Bryant and the base ciphers. We've talked about the 41. We've talked about the 157. We'll definitely talk about the 113 in a moment. But the 58, Kobe Bryant 58. Los Angeles Lakers. Whoops, need a R. Los Angeles Lakers 58. Remember, Daryl Dawkins dropped dead at age 58, synced with Kobe's retirement. And then Moses Malone died at 60, synced with Kobe's last game where he scored 60 points. They died days apart, Philadelphia basketball stars. But Freemasonry, 58. Secret Society, 58. Rosicrucian, 58. And in light of this ritual being connected to King James, who has the Bible named after him, who LeBron's nicknamed after, King James died at age 58. He was a Freemason and a Rosicrucian. He died unexpectedly. He was healthy, and then he just died at 58. And he's got a Bible named after him. Again, this knowledge is biblical. Biblical's 58. Important name for the... Hold on, I got to make sure I spell right. Sometimes it's hard to spell big words when you're talking. Hold on. There it is. Tetragrammaton, 58. Tetragrammaton is the name for the four-letter name of God, which comes from Hebrew, which in Hebrew sums to 26, just like God sums to 26 in English. Just like Bryant, like Jordan, like Game, like LeBron passing Kobe 26 days after his own birthday. But anyway, we're coming back to how Kobe, being Bryant, has the Gematria 243, the relationship with Venus, the fact that the United States of America is 243 years old right now, which it is. It'll turn 244 on July 4th, 2020. The United States of America also sums to 261. Today's date can be written 26/1. And USA is also 41, like Kobe Bryant, like King, like how Kobe's dead at 41. And think about it. This is the buzz through the nation. This is the news through the nation. Think about how the news, it reaches us in moments through our phones, our televisions, the radio. I mean, literally, I probably have 1,000 phone calls and text messages in an hour's time about this news. This is what everyone cares about. You know, Kobe Bryant. And why do you guys care more? Because Kobe has been made into this huge American sensation. This giant star, just like David Stern said. Remember, David Stern just died at age 77. And David Stern said the NBA is not about basketball. It's about making stars. He said that in 1984 when he became the commissioner. He dies at 77. Stars is 77 and 58 like Kobe Bryant. And so is this. 77. Zionist, 77. It's also 41, like how Kobe's dead on the day that Zion Williamson's going to play on ABC and be seen by the most eyes he's ever been seen in the NBA. So just to remind people of some other things we covered yesterday, and about how synced up the NBA is. Jordan's last career game was in Philly, Kobe's hometown. And by the way, Kobe scored 101, or the Lakers scored 101 in Kobe's last game, and the Jazz went down with 96. I'll show you why that's funny. Again, Philadelphia, where Kobe's from, is 101, and Lakers is 96. And again, you learn Gematria, you just see how all these numbers are used in so many rituals, night after night. You got to know it forwards and backwards. Jazz get their 42nd loss of the season, losing to the Lakers with 96. Look at it, 42-96. Big numbers with the Freemasons, 96-42. Masons, keepers of knowledge, 96-42. The divisors of 42 add up to 96. Math equals 42. You know, the language they speak through. So anyway, this game right here, Kobe's last game, April 13th, 2016, and Jordan's last game, April 16th, 2003. Look at this. Okay, so from Jordan's last game to Kobe's last game, and again, Jordan played his last game in Philly. Kobe's from Philly. It was 678 weeks. And notice, with the alphabetic order, Kobe Bryant's 113, just like Michael Jordan, just like Utah Jazz. Kobe played his last game against Utah. They're the only team in the league that sums to 113. Kobe's retirement poem, Dear Basketball, which won him an Oscar by the numbers, 113. But any word that has a value of 113, there's an accompanying cipher where you just multiply the alphabetic order times 6. 678. 678. So Dear Basketball, Utah Jazz, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant's all 678. They play their last games exactly 678 weeks apart. And if you think that's a coincidence, don't forget that on the same day, hold on, I gotta make sure I got it here. We just talked about it in yesterday's thread. Here, I'll pull it up. On the same day that Kobe played his last game 678 weeks later, Curry and Thompson set an NBA record. Well, they set two. One was for teammates. They were the first two teammates to ever combine for 678 three-pointers. Where is it at? Hold up. This is the one. Okay. So Curry and Thompson, they won their 73rd game, eclipsing Michael Jordan's win record of 72. And remember, if you go back to Jordan's record season was 72 games, his 73rd game that season was against Del Curry, the father of Steph Curry. Steph Curry's born on the 73rd day of the year. His team goes on to win a record 73 games. Last year, Curry got shamed in the NBA Finals to conclude the 73rd NBA season. Remember, his team was down 2. They give the ball to Curry. There's time on the clock. He gets triple teamed. His whole team's wide open. He can pass it to anybody. Anybody on the team would be able to go in and lay in the ball or dunk the ball to tie up the game. But what's Curry do? With triple team, he doesn't pass to anybody, and he hoists up a brick from way behind the three-point line to lose the game. And if you guys think sports are real at all after watching shit like that year after year, you really got to pull your head out of your fucking ass, because it's fucking garbage what they give us in professional sports. It's just bullshit after bullshit. Nobody's paid millions of dollars and is that fucking dumb to do what Steph Curry did to conclude last year's finals. But anyway, 678 combined threes. Pro sports are a joke. They are rigged and scripted to a T because, again, they're using technology to ensure outcomes. Go watch the Rams field goal to advance to the Super Bowl last year, the 57-yarder, the championship number. That ball was slicing outside and curve back in. And I think the Rams might have had another field goal in that game earlier. Did it go to overtime? Go just watch the highlights of the scores, the field goals in that game. And it happens in plenty of games where these balls are bending a certain direction and then just in midair they change direction and fly back the other way. Same shit with the basketballs. Watch Damian Lillard's. Oh my God, that was my favorite because last year we called the Damian Lillard game winner before the game was even played, and the Blazers winning by 1 point so that they wouldn't cover the 1.5 point spread because all the money was the other way, but it made too much sense for the Blazers to win on that day. I said, watch, Lillard game winner, Blazers win by 1 and don't cover. Exactly what happened. And Lillard did it with a 37-foot three-pointer is how they reported it. Portland equals 37. I forget, they got like some 37, maybe 37th win at home over Oklahoma City, something like that. But just watch that shot and watch how that ball curves through the air. I'm sorry. Basketballs don't move like baseball pitches. Technology is in effect to ensure the script is perfect. No room for human error when Vegas is making sure they're ripping off the gamblers. Technology is legit. Ask yourself, how are you listening to a person talk through a computer screen 1,000 miles from you or further right now in real time? You don't think they got technology to make sure balls go through hoops and footballs go through uprights? Again, you got to pull your head out of your ass. You're a caveman or woman. Okay, so 678. And then the other thing was, both of these games were going on at the same time. Kobe's last game, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson hitting the three-point record, surpassing Jordan's win mark of 72. It was all going on at the same time, and we pointed out that Joe Jellybean Bryant, the father of Kobe, had been drafted 41 years earlier. And he was drafted by Golden State, the Warriors, and then he ended up playing in Philadelphia. And remember, the old Philadelphia basketball team was the Philadelphia Warriors, but we were saying, look at this. Kobe retires 41 years after his father gets retired. Golden State 41. Kobe Bryant 41. And now he's dead at age 41 on his 157th day of his age. And Kobe Bryant again 58, just like how King James, the real King James, dropped dead at age 58. And King's 51, and LeBron passed him yesterday. And you know what? King's also 67, and Kobe's dead on a 67 date numerology. I forgot that piece until now. Okay. I'll hit the Moses Walker and Daryl Dawkins thing too again in a moment, because that's what I talked about yesterday, just before the record was broken, is just how people die for these rituals. It's unbelievable that Kobe's dead the next day, at least reportedly. And then part of me wonders, are these people really dead? Was the movie Us trying to tell something? Or is like a lot of people living underground? Is that where the spot is to be at this day and age? It's just like, are they really killing Kobe? Are they really killing these people like this? So Jordan, his birthday's February 17th. I forgot to put the screenshot up here, but that is Jordan's birthday. Same birthday as Sony Michel, who was synced up with the major Super Bowl ritual last year. But hold on, Jordan birthday. Jordan's about to turn 57. There he is. He'll turn 57 February 17th. And Kobe's dead 22 days before his birthday. Remember, just using the alphabetic order. Michael Jordan. Hold on, I must be Michael Jordan. 113. He's got the 59 and 76. Remember words like Negro, Slave, Blues, Rasta. They're all 59, 76. Barack Obama, Million Man March on the day, leaving 76 days left in the year. But Michael Jordan's got that 113 too, like Kobe Bryant. Played his last game against the Utah Jazz. Jordan once retired on January 13th, I think in '99. Kobe's retirement poem, Dear Basketball. Just last month, Kobe made the news for orchestrating traffic after a wreck. That was on Kobe's 113th day of his age, of course. Okay. Kobe's jersey retirement, December 18th, 2017. That was 770 days ago at the Staples Center. Staples Center 77. So his Secret Society, again, David Stern just died at 77. And that game, they did that against Golden State. Of course, they had to do it against Golden State, right? They already done all these rituals with Golden State and Kobe. That 41 connection, now dead at 41. This was 117 days after Kobe's birthday. His name also has that 117 connection. If you counted the span of days, it was 118 days, and that's the death number, and now he's dead. Ugh. Ugh. When you write out 13, it equals 117. Kobe was the 13th pick in the draft. Passed over by a lot of teams. LA, KB, his initials 13. They did the retirement on the day, leaving 13 days left in the year. Remember, he's dead at 41. 41's the 13th prime. LA and KB are also 41 like Kobe Bryant and Golden State. And again, his father, Joe Jellybean Bryant. He's a Philly native like Kobe. He was the 14th pick of the 75 draft, 41 years before Kobe retired in 2016. And look at, again, when they took Kobe out, man, they took him out with 4.1 seconds on the clock. And I still remember, you know, doing these videos and just the types of comments people leave. That's so dumb to think that they can stop the clock on a 10th. Yeah, no, actually, it's not dumb. You pay attention when you know Gematria, you see they do this shit in all sports, college and pro. And when you know the numbers, you see exactly what they're doing. You know, I'd been talking about Kobe and 41 a million times before this day even happened. And now look at it, dead at 41. Again, just talking about all the same stuff back there. Remember when Steph Curry's record three-point streak was snapped at 157 games in a 117-97 loss? That's when Kobe was still playing. 157 games at the Staples Center. Staples Center 157, Kobe Bryant 157. Now he's dead on his 157th day of his age. That's the 37th prime. His wife's 37 years old. She's coming up on her 38th birthday. Again, she's dead, or Kobe's dead 38 weeks after her birthday. Kobe Bryant's also got that 58 like Golden State, like Oakland. Of course, now they're playing in San Francisco, but at the time they were in Oakland. It's just, Here, and let me pull this up too. Moses Malone, Kobe. Because, again, this is what I was just talking about yesterday before this news, before the record was passed. Moses Malone, again, died at 60. And Daryl Dawkins died right next to him. Philadelphia basketball stars. And Kobe ended up scoring 60 at the end of the season. Moses Malone dies at the beginning of the year at 60. Kobe finishes his career at 60. Again, they both have the Philadelphia connection, plus Kobe finished his career against Utah. Moses Malone was drafted out of high school by the Utah Stars. And from Moses Malone's death on September 13th, remember, Tupac Shakur died on that day too. 13/9, like 139. Freemasonry equals 139. Tupac Shakur 139. But from the death to Kobe's last game was 213 days later. And, of course, 213 is the Los Angeles area code. Racism equals 213. The N-word equals 60, like Kobe scored 60, like Moses Malone died at 60. And Daryl Dawkins died at 58. So add their ages together. Again, Kobe Bryant, 58. Los Angeles Lakers, 58. Add their ages together, 118. Death number. But you know what else it is? It's a Philadelphia number too, man. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is 118, like death in the Jewish cipher. 58 and 60, Daryl Dawkins and Moses Malone. And again, I know I talked about this yesterday, but just to be redundant, with regards to racism in 213, a couple years ago, LeBron James, there was a big story about how in his home in the 213 area code, it was spray painted with the N-word. And that was just before LeBron James. The story came out just before LeBron James' next playoff game, which was his 213th playoff game, which was June 1st, the start of the NBA Finals that year. And if I remember right, I think June 1st even leaves 213 days left in the year. Yes, it does. So that's how tight that ritual is with LeBron getting his house spray painted with the N-word. It came before his 213th playoff game, which was game 1 of the finals, June 1st, the day leaving 213 days left in the year. And notice with regards to June 1st, finals is 61 as well. See? So, and with regards to the N-word being spray painted on LeBron's house, LeBron James is 42. So is Lakers. He wasn't there yet. But so is the N-word. You know, they made Jackie wear number 42, Jackie 42. Remember, the first black baseball player in white Major League was Moses Walker, 42. He played in exactly 42 games in the sitcom Martin. He lives in apartment number 42. You got Black History on the Bus, 42. Black History Month is February, February 42. You know, you got Muhammad Ali, who supposedly changed his slave name to Muhammad Ali. I guarantee you it's a sick joke. Muhammad Ali's 42. Ali's 59, like Negro Slave Blues Rasta. Remember, I told you Muhammad Ali would die at age 74 years before he did, and he did. On June 3rd, like they said, the Prophet Muhammad lived at age 63. Again, they kill a lot of people in this world, a lot of big names by this code. Pretty much everyone in the world of celebrity goes out by this, unless there is some legitimate accident. But, yeah, I mean, just yesterday, it was just yesterday talking about how people were killed for Kobe, and now Kobe's dead. It's just, at least reportedly. Len Bias is another dude who died 213 days after his birthday. And don't forget, since Tupac Shakur died the same day that Moses Malone did, Tupac's last album, All Eyes on Me, came out February 13th. And then he died 213 days later. February 13th, 2/13, dead 213 days later. Death is 213 in the Satanic Cipher. Tupac supposedly died from complications due to a drive-by shooting, 213. And, his mother was a Black Panther. The film All Eyes on Me starts with his mother, the Black Panther, at the courthouse. So all of this stuff is ritual. Just, there's a reason they do these numbers. And again, just the obvious 213 is that's the LA area code. So a lot of people have died for LeBron over the years. Athletes, other entertainers, we've covered of them. Now it's Kobe. But it's more than for just LeBron. It's the 74th NBA season. It's Zion Williamson. It's the Grammys. It's the upcoming Super Bowl. Again, it's a web. It's a web of deceit. And remember, the term Svengalian, the most pure cipher, is 35. 35. Just like King James is 35. And LeBron right now is 35 years old. Remember, Svengali is represented by a spider. To do with the web, the invisible web, or the web not seen to the common person in the entertainment industry, where the evil hidden hand is making entertainers do things that they would rather not do. And we talked about this when Aretha Franklin died. She died the same day that Elvis died. And when Elvis died, she was 35 years old at the time. There was a whole bunch of 35. And then right after her death, Madonna, Aretha Franklin died on Madonna's birthday. Madonna went on the MTV Music Awards and gave a speech to Aretha Franklin that was mostly about her own self, Madonna, and her speech began with how her music career started with $35 in her pocket. Again, these numbers aren't an accident. LeBron is 35 right now. So, with that said, I will open it up to calls. A lot of people have been calling in. But if you want to call in and add something, or you're aware of something that I didn't cover in this, or you got a question, if you want to call in, the number is 509-731-0567. 509-731-0567. The line is open. And we got our first call. What's up, Texas? Texas? Texas, if you can hear me, I can't hear you right now, so you're going to have to call back. Okay. Something wrong with the connection there. The line's still open. Caller?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up? You're on.
All right, will do. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Hey, Zach, this is Caesar. I actually sent you an email with pictures from the Masonic Museum in Washington, D.C.
Right. Right.
Did you get those? It was a picture of a book pretty much proving everything you're saying. I actually got it about 2 years ago. I sent you a bunch of pictures on your email.
Dude, I get so many emails and text messages, so I don't have it off the top of my head. But if you want to send it again to Gematria Effect News and title it Masonic Book with Evidence.
Yeah, I will. But I could just sum it up really quick. Pretty much it backs everything you're saying. And I got it from the Scottish Rite Masonic Museum. I was at a library. They let us take pictures, no video. But I took a picture of it, and it was crazy because, I found you right after Mac Miller died. And it was like a couple months later, me and my roommate, we ended up going to D.C. And we went to the Scottish Rite Masonic Museum, and it pretty much talks about it. And like in the title of the page, it says Kabbalah and the Secret Doctrine of Israel.
Okay.
And it pretty much breaks down everything. It's got a huge picture of the 13 names of God, which ties into Kabbalah. And what's interesting enough is a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember about 2010, Kabbalah got really big because of Madonna and that bullshit with the red string or whatever.
Right, that's the Kabbalah Thread of Life, right?
Yeah. And so my sister got really into it, and I started reading on it, and I found it kind of interesting. But this was like before I went down the rabbit hole of of the secret societies, the Masons, the Jesuits, and all that. But it gave me a good foundation to understand their practices or whatever. But yeah, I sent you a picture, and I'll send it again. But I find it very significant to all your work because of the source that we got it from, which was the Masons themselves. They're so arrogant that they literally had it right there, and we could take pictures of it, and they didn't even care. It was honestly unbelievable.
Indeed, man. Well, I look forward to that. I appreciate that. Yeah, please send that to me. Sounds like a great piece of information. Thank you so much, caller. Keep it up.
All right, man.
All right, take care. Caller?
Yes. Hey, Zach. How's it going, man?
It's going well. How are you?
Doing all right. Just a couple things. I just didn't know if you had caught it or if anyone has mentioned it yet, but LeBron had Mamba for Life written on his shoes last night as well. Did anyone bring that up to you?
Mamba for Life? Did he spell it with the number 4, or did he write out FOR?
It was definitely the number 4.
Really? 4 is associated with death from the Far East because you pronounce the word for and death the same way. So here's what I noticed in that right away. Mamba. So for people, okay, I got to tell people who are watching right now on the screen, Derek, who built this calculator, he changed the settings on here, and he shouldn't have, because now it does taboo gematria. So if I write in 4, it's going to change this, which is interesting because Mamba for Life, if this is considered taboo gematria. If a number's in a sentence, you're supposed to disregard it. You can use it, but it's considered kind of taboo. So Mamba for Life does equal 59 like Mamba. It's also 66 like Lakers, like LeBron James, but really what's more pure is right here. And you can change the settings on here. You go to options and you just turn this off, this number calculation. And now if I put in the 4, this is true gematria. It doesn't change anything. I can put in any number up here. It's not going to change anything. But Mamba for Life, right away I just see the 62 like sacrifice, like Fausti and Bargain, like how Kobe's now dead on the 62nd day of the Grammys. And then I see the 35, because King James is 35, and we were just talking about that. Svengali's 35. I see the 181, that's the 42nd prime number. Well, his calculator's not working. 181 is the 42nd prime, like LeBron James is 42, like Lakers is 42, like the number stamped all over Black history. And then I see the 55, because that's another sacrifice number. And Los Angeles Lakers also sums to 257, which is the 55th prime number. And, yeah, so there's definitely something in what was written on his shoe. I didn't know that. So Mamba number 4 Life, huh?
Yeah, Mamba for Life. And another thing is that I don't know if I just caught it last night or if they had been doing it, but the 76ers had a logo on their court of a snake on both ends of a court. It was like a snake logo, and it was chopped up into like pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I'll look into that. So that's something about the founders and like the "Don't Tread on Me" logo in early days of the country, because Philadelphia used to be the capital city. So I'll look at that. There's probably a riddle with that.
Okay. Have you? Has anyone ever brought up the MSNBC reporter and what she said? About what? They were reporting the death of Kobe Bryant, and the MSNBC reporter, I'm guessing it was some kind of teleprompter, something wrong with the teleprompter, but she said the Los Angeles Niggers.
Oh, wow. And again, Lakers equals 42 like the N-word like LeBron James. She's probably told to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But, people are after her job right now.
That's the way the world works, man. Just get people in the outrage real quick. Just, get all their focus on this. Anger, outrage, sadness. That's how they want us, man. That's what this is all about. Programming a negative vibration always. So that's the thing for the public.
Without a doubt. But, yeah, that's all I had, though, Zach. I appreciate everything, man, and appreciate the work you do, and just continue to go ahead and wake up more people, man.
Will do. Going down to Louisiana to do it this week. Thanks, friend. You take care.
All right, you too.
All right, see you, man. Caller, what's up?
Hey, Zach.
Hey.
Man, I feel for everybody. This is Kirk in Texas, Legardo. Anyway, man, I haven't talked to you in about, 4 months. But, this day is something to remember. I'm kind of conundrum on it, this feeling I'm having about this day. My stepson adopted at 12. He loved Kobe.
Sure.
And he's taking it hard, and it's I'm trying to explain the Gematria to him, and he really doesn't get it. But I'm just feeling for everybody. We got this Pro Bowl going on. We got this Corona shit going. Kobe today.
What you're saying right now. What you're saying right now about how we're just overwhelmed with so many big things. You notice how just a couple weeks ago people thought we were going to World War III. You didn't even mention that. It's already, it's down the memory hole. We're buried with all this new stuff, and that's how it is in America. Just always getting buried with fear and negativity. It's just nonstop.
Yeah, and I live a real humble life, and even on me today, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm able to sit and observe, and it's really, it's just like you say, Zach, these people are by the numbers, and I don't know how the hell they do it, but they do it.
I'll tell you how they do it. Arithmetic. Elementary mathematics.
Yeah, it's mathematics, and I love math. I loved math, man. I grew up in Smithfield. I was in there with that damn actress, Sandra Bullock.
Right.
And back then we didn't have cell phones, computer, or nothing. We were just normal kids. But I'm 59 now, and observing what's going on, you're right. It's a code, and it's against the Christian heart.
Well, it's against any decent person, man. It's evil.
And Zach, I keep you in prayer, brother. I know you work hard on this shit, and I just feel for everybody today. It's especially the Bryant family. Is this true, or do they kill people and they go underground? Is that the deal? Everybody's going to move underground. They're going to kill us with Corona.
Again, I don't really know. I don't know the answer to that question. That's the piece I want. I hope to get. I don't know if you heard the interview I just did with Larry Johnson this past Wednesday for the Kansas City Chiefs, but I asked him about the murder rituals, and he thought that this is definitely going on. So I can ask him if he thinks some of the deaths are fake. If I get him back on, I'd love to talk to him again about it. But maybe he has some insight there too. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was trying to explain to my wife. I said, Zach just come out with LeBron passed the Kobe Bryant record and then this. You know, that's got to wake some people up.
Well, it's like you don't even need gematria, right? It's like, okay, Kobe's a big story yesterday because he gets passed by LeBron in his hometown, Philly, and then he dies the next day? I mean, come on.
Right. And, you know, the news, I saw the news when it first come out, it said 5 dead, you know.
That's how, and think about that, because it's championship related. That's how many championships Kobe has, 5.
Right. Okay, Zach. Anyway, take some more callers. I love you, brother, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, keep trying with your son. All right, take care, man.
All right, I love you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
appreciate it, man. Take care. Okay, and again, for all the people calling in right now, remember, it is just a cell phone. I can only take one call at a time, so you just got to hit it when the line's open. And right now it is, and funny enough, we missed like 8 calls during that, but we got an open line. So next caller up. And by the way, you guys, if you want to support the GoFundMe, again, I'm going down to Louisiana to wake up students about these rituals of murder and sports. This has already been planned, and now this happened. I just got one more thing to talk about this week, but we haven't quite hit the goal yet. Caller?
Yeah, this is a caller. Correct. This is Corey.
Yeah, you're on. What's up?
Oh, great. What am I talking?
Are you calling in to talk to the live stream right now? This is Gematria Effect News. Zachary K. Hubbard. What's up?
Yes. I just wanted to find out. Have you heard of Bryant before? He's written a couple books on actually how all the pro sports are actually fixed. You actually referenced him by chance?
Is he Field of Schemes? Is he the author of that?
Yeah, he's got 2 books, and The Fix is In and The Fix is Still In on Amazon. He basically says basically they're admitting in these books that pro wrestling is the same as pro football. It's all this entertainment companies, so it's legally fixed.
I'm aware of him, and I support his message, but I'm suspicious of him because it's been a few years since I tried to reach out to him, but he actually promoted somebody who stole my content and work and wasn't communicating with me, so I'm suspicious of that dude. He promoted somebody who stole my content and gave them the credit for it one time, like on a blog post or wherever he posts online. And that was brought to my attention. I was like, maybe that's why he's also not communicating with me. So he might even be part of the fix, too.
Oh, I agree. But I think they want you to know it's fixed, but I think they realize people don't want to, they still won't even believe it. But I think those books are pretty much proof, and I'm Amazon that they're saying, yeah, this is fixed, and they're going to tell you about as much as they possibly can without telling you, what you say. But I just thought he might be fun to reference on the show because, they kind of pretty much admitted on Amazon that these things are entertainment companies. Are just like wrestling. Same exact, ESPN, the first letter is entertainment, right? ESPN, they tell you the ESPN logo, right? Entertainment.
Right.
I thought you might want to bring it up anyway. I love your work, by the way. I think you do a great job. I don't think anyone knows who that guy might be, but he might be worth mentioning at least for the fact that his books are out there. Right.
Yeah, you're right on. All right, appreciate it, caller. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. What's up, Victor?
Hey, what's going on, Zach?
Hey, man.
Crazy. One thing I wanted to mention to you, I didn't know if you knew or not, but with him passing Kobe on the Chinese New Year of the Rat, I found it interesting. The Lakers were established in 1960, which is also another year of the Rat.
And Rat equals 42 like Lakers.
Yeah, and I remember, earlier before the season started, one of the championships I had liked, for a couple of reasons. One, because if the Lakers started the three-peat this year, they'd finish it in the 76 NBA Finals. But now this happens, Zach. This is crazy.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
But, yeah, I just wanted to get to that year the Rat thing, and I'll just let you keep talking. It's a great video so far.
All right, thanks, Victor. Take care, man.
Take care. Have a good one.
Caller?
Oh, Zach, what's up?
What's up, man?
Yo, so right when this happened, have you seen any of the footage yet?
I haven't.
Dude, it looks just like Shanksville. There's some little debris off in the distance, and then there's a puff of white smoke coming off of the supposed wreckage. It's if the helicopter was actually there, it'd be black and oil and all that kind of shit. It's Hollywood smoke all over again. Once people just look at it, and stop listening to what they're saying and just look with your own eyes. It's so obvious. There's just pictures of fire trucks just sitting around, people just standing around. It's all nonsense, dude.
I just see that TMZ's got up a 54-second clip of the crash scene, and again, Kobe Bean Bryant, 54, just getting passed yesterday by LeBron with the 54.
Supposedly his daughter was in there too, and she was 13. Like you said, 41's the 13th prime number. It's crazy. I wish people would just look instead of just believing what they're hearing too.
Sure. Indeed.
Everybody just look at the footage for yourself and just watch it. That's not a helicopter crash. Come on.
Indeed. All right, appreciate it, caller. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. I've been following you for like 6 years. Keep it up.
All right, thanks, man. All right, you guys, 30-second break because I have to grab the power cord because I know that when this computer gets down to like below 20%, it just shuts off the whole computer if I'm doing a live stream. So let me grab the cord. I'll be right back to take more calls. Give me 30 seconds. Okay, I'm back, and we got a call from my hometown. What's up, Portland, Oregon? Oh, right as I pick up, he hangs up. That's too bad. I'll never forget the scripted Western Conference Finals where the Blazers gave up a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter, not even playing basketball, to let the Lakers go to another championship. What's up, caller?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
YouTube is messing up your stream big time right now.
What are they doing this time?
Putting commercials, like every clip they can do. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing the same thing, but they're monetizing your whole stream.
You know what? You know what's messed up, man, is the reason I remember, like, the first 18 channels I didn't have ads on, but then I put them on that channel that stayed up for over a year. What's funny, though, is, like, I know they put ads on videos, but then on my end it says that, oh, this video doesn't qualify for ads. But then I see they're still running ads on the video.
They're ripping you off.
Exactly. This platform is just run by the worst fucking people on the planet, man. They put all the ads on, and then they don't pay anybody jack shit, and then they say your video doesn't qualify for ads.
I'm not making this up. If I come late to one of your streams, I put you on like 1.75 or 2. I can still hear you pretty clearly. And to catch up, because I don't want to miss any of the other details. And I did that, and what they did is that they cut off the beginning part of your stream, and then they start putting in commercials like every 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's gimmicks, man. It's gimmicks.
One thing on the Kobe demise, his daughter was there with him also.
Right. Yeah, she was 13, 41, 13th prime.
Yep.
LA 1341.
So obviously this whole thing was planned and contrived.
Yeah, somebody was just saying that the crash site doesn't look right, so.
Oh, they're not going to show you all the gory details. He's a high-profile individual. I mean, they'll show the gory details of some foreign general, but not a vaunted NBA celebrity.
Right.
What's the significance on today's date, though, with him? I kind of missed that part, because I missed your early part of your stream. If you can go over it just briefly.
Yeah, so today is the 26th of the month. Bryant equals 26, like Jordan, like game, like God, like athlete, the 26th. Right. And then today's his 157th day of his age. His name, Kobe Bryant's 157. And then just yesterday, he got passed by LeBron James in points scored all time in his hometown of Philadelphia. So that's what I was talking about yesterday with the videos on Kobe and LeBron.
Yeah, I saw both of your streams yesterday on that, and it was kind of ironic that you were highlighting LeBron's achievement in light of Kobe's, and then this happens.
Well, and just like I talked about yesterday, I mean, I made a point in those videos how people are murdered for these rituals. I was talking about Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins. So, I just noticed that his daughter's name, I hadn't plugged in his daughter's name yet. His daughter's name equals 74, like the 74th NBA season.
Yeah. It's tragic if it is what it pretends to be. Very tragic. I'll let you go and get some other calls. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, thanks, man. Take care.
All right, be good.
Caller? Well, some people I'm picking up the phone for and it's hanging up. I don't know what's up with that. Caller?
Dude, my bad. I hung up on you. My bad.
You're on. What's up?
Okay, this is the Bitcoin guy. But have you been on Twitter?
No, I just been decoding Kobe's death so far.
Do you have Twitter?
I have Twitter, yeah.
Okay. Well, if you go on there, you don't have to look up my name, but I think a lot of people are posting this. There is a cartoon that's from Comedy Central from 2017, and it shows Kobe dying in a helicopter.
It's from 2017?
It's from 2017. If you go to Twitter, my username is @BTCNSDAP, and I retweeted it. It's the first tweet.
Why don't you send it to Zachary or it's too bad you don't know my Twitters. There's one that's Zachary K. Hubbard, and then there's one that's Gematria Effect News. So.
Okay, I'll go follow you right now. But, dude, this is crazy. So, in that clip, he's dying, right? And then the helicopter explodes. And then, they zoom in on the floor, and these 5 bolts jump out of the helicopter. And there's 5 people that died in the crash.
5 bolts?
5, golden bolts from the cartoon. In the cartoon, they, come out of, explode out of the crash. They, explode from the fire. Huh. And they land at these kids' feet, and they, zoom in on these 5 specific bolts.
Huh.
So symbolic. I'm going to look up your Twitter. Your Twitter's Gematria Effect News?
That's one of them. Yeah, I got 2 Twitters.
Okay. And then, that was the main thing that I saw, and it was a Comedy Central cartoon.
Comedy Central cartoon? Okay.
Yeah, from 2017.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta find it. But you don't know the name of it, huh?
I don't know the name of the cartoon. It was seems like an old cartoon. Your other Twitter is Zachary K. Hubbard?
Yeah. You find it?
I'm trying to find you.
Search Free to Find Truth, because it might actually be under that, but it says Zachary K. Hubbard.
Okay, Free to Find Truth. Yeah, but it was insane. It was it's just like how the other dude was saying, how it was like Shanksville. It's just predictive programming.
Yeah, it's super suspect, that's for sure, but it's also super sick. So, all right, I'm gonna try to find this cartoon right now. Just doing my own web search since you're having trouble finding my Twitter.
All right. Well, if I find your Twitter, I'll send it to you, but I'll let the next caller in.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right, later.
All right, take care. All right, the line is open. Let's see if we can find this Kobe Bryant cartoon crash, Comedy Central. Let's see if that pulls it up. But yeah, I mean, we've seen this so many times before. Predictive programming with cartoons. All right, Comedy Central, Legends of Chamberlain Heights, Kobe Bryant. I probably can't show this without getting a copyright strike, but I noticed the clip's 24 seconds, like Kobe number 24. This was posted November 17th. That's the 321st day of the year, leaving 44 days remaining. Let me make sure that was the official post date. I gotta find this. I forget, Kobe was doing some show recently too, like on ESPN or one of the sports networks. Uh-oh, we have a Shaq reaction. Again, Kobe's dead at 41 days from Shaq's birthday, 41 days after the death of Joanne Buss of the Lakers. Caller. Caller, you're on.
Oh, my bad. What's up, Zach? That cartoon, if I was just looking at that, that's pretty crazy. And there's also, I can't remember right now, just lost my train of thought. I'm gonna have to call back in, Zach. My bad, man. Dang.
That's all right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'd play this clip, but again, it doesn't seem like I can get away with things that most YouTube channels can. I have like an 8-second part of a song, and they take down the whole video over copyright, so I'm just seeing. Legends at Chamberlain Heights, if there's anything to this. I got to get the release date on this card. It looks like it might have been November 17, 2016. Hold on, this is interesting. This is interesting right here because I see this mention as 64 with Wilt Chamberlain. Obviously, it's named after Wilt Chamberlain. It's just because the finals start this year on 6-4, and like we covered, this incident synced with the NBA Finals coming a span of 131 days away. The championship number in helicopters 57, like NBA Finals. Caller?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I just want to say that Polarization Nation Media predicted this first.
I doubt it. He's a troll.
You're a troll.
Yeah, you're probably him, aren't you?
And guess what? You're the Boston Bomber.
Are you Polarization Nation yourself?
No, I'm not.
All right, later, man. Yeah, Polarization Nation's the wacky dude who copies my information and then says I copy him and predicts everything wrong, and then after it's over says, oh, I predicted that. And then he's the guy who also left me like 20 voicemails in the middle of the night that he was coming out here to murder me. So anyone following Polarization Nation, you know, that's a dude for truly schizos. Losers, psychopaths, people full of shit, people who like to be lied to. So we're definitely not going to rep that. All right, let's see. And then what else is crazy is that dude can put up videos with threats against me, post my address, my phone number. And the only time I ever like try to get a video taken down that slanders me is when it puts out my personal information, and then YouTube won't even take the videos down. Meanwhile, I make a video criticizing somebody, the channel's deleted in 5 seconds. Let's see. Caller?
Yeah, I remember now. Like, I'm going to add you on Twitter, but there's also screenshots of a tweet from 2012 from like some random account saying Kobe would die in a helicopter crash. I'll send it to your Twitter, though.
Okay. Which Twitter?
Yep.
Which one?
I don't know. It's a random account. I got the screenshot of my phone.
No. Which Twitter are you going to send it to? The Zachary K. Hubbard one or the...
I'll do it both. I'm following both.
You know what? Why don't you guys all get on freetofindtruth.com, the website I built to share information, so it's just all right there. Freetofindtruth.com. Then you don't got to worry about your stuff getting deleted or censored either. Freetofindtruth.com. You guys should all be on there, posting on there right now. Then we don't have to do this.
Yep, and I already got an account. I got an account with your website as well, too, Zach.
All right, yeah. Let's get it. Let's do it on there.
All right, man.
All right, appreciate it.
All right. Yep.
Again, for people who aren't signed up, did open up the social media for truth seekers. Free to sign up. You don't have to worry about censorship. You don't have to worry about your content getting taken down. The only thing you can't do on here is harass and troll and threaten other people. That's the only rule we got for the community. You can share whatever. But, let me see if I can get logged in right now. For me, it's easier for most people to log in. Mine's weird because I have administrator privileges. It always glitches when I try to sign in. Here we go. Let's see if anybody's sharing anything on there right now about Kobe. Let's see. Ah, so somebody does have it on here. Somebody's already posted it on the site. Cartoon predicts Kobe Bryant helicopter crash. So it's on here if you want to go on here right now. And if somebody wants to get on here and post the Twitter thing he's talking about, again, social media for truth seekers. Freetofindtruth.com. No advertisements, you know, no data mining and collection. Just I built this place because I was tired of the censorship. So, caller.
Hey, what's up, Zach? Man, I've been dialing the wrong number. I finally got in though.
What's up?
But I commented earlier, like how was they doing these things so perfect? And you commented back, you said elementary math, but it's still like, how is it so perfectly done where they will have this guy play in the city where Kobe is from?
Okay, so think about that. All right, let's answer the question. Easy. Remember last year, LeBron James tweets he's getting that Jewish money. He's He's getting that Jewish money. And then what happens? Oh, he gets hurt the next game. After the media shames him for tweeting some rap lyric about Jewish money, then he has his fake injury by the numbers, right? Fake injury. Then he sits out X amount of games. Then he has another fake injury this year, misses some games. It's because they got it all planned and scripted. How many points he's going to score each night? Everything is a script. It's just like when there was years ago, maybe a decade ago, Dirk Nowitzki came back and he set some NBA record and he beat like Larry Bird, and I want to say he set the record on some anniversary of a Larry Bird accomplishment, or maybe even on Bird's birthday himself. And it was like, well, look at how they did this. Dirk Nowitzki just missed 2 months with a supposed injury. He comes back and he beats Larry Bird's record on this perfect day. That's how they do it. It's just...
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's too perfect. Like, it's too perfect.
It's always
like,
too
it's like
perfect,
if
man.
They be in the games and they tell the defense not to play in a timeout or something. Do they tell the other team, like...
Sure,
okay, don't play
sure.
Let's
Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes' touchdown last week before the half. Did anybody watch that play sober? I mean, how many Titans could have tackled him or knocked him out of bounds? Especially the last guy who came through could have wrapped him up. He didn't even try to wrap him up. He just reached out his shoulder pad a little bit and nudged him. It's just like, come on, man. These guys are paid millions of dollars to play football, and none of them could make the tackle there. Crucial game, please.
It's like you worked hard all your life playing a sport just to get to where you're going, and it's a movie?
Exactly. It is a movie. And for people who don't know, this past year, the Titans had one of their best seasons ever, Tennessee Titans 54, and you go back and you look at all the Tennessee Titans that died, or not the Tennessee Titans, you look at all the people from that movie, Remember the Titans, that died this year, the coach, the assistant coach, Petey Jones, Julius, all these guys died this year during the NFL season, during the Titans' very rememberable season. It's sick, man, and all their deaths are synced up with the Super Bowl. It's sick.
It's like, what is Earth? Like, what is this shit? Where do we live, man? It's crazy. It's like, I don't get it, man. I'm ready for all this shit to end. It's too crazy for me.
I hear you, man.
I'm just a regular guy from Flint, Michigan that, got a hold to your page somehow.
Well, you're from Flint, Michigan. You should definitely know about this knowledge because they put out a movie in 1974 about putting chemicals in the water to target black populations.
Wow.
And the name of that movie, I'm trying to think what the name of that movie is. I've talked about before. It came out in 1974. The name of the movie equals 74. Flint equals 74. Everything they did to your city with the water, by the code, man. So, yeah, they're hurting real people's lives, as much as
that was going to be my next question. Like, was the water thing scripted? So it was scripted, huh? From so long ago.
Hold on, I'm going to pull up this movie for you right here. This movie's about white supremacists putting chemicals in the water to target a black population. I got to figure out the name of this movie real quick. Everything about the Flint story has been by the numbers. I got to figure out this movie name real quick. Hold up.
Is this hell? Is Earth hell? Because what else would you call it?
Well, you know what I think it is? I think it's that quote about evil flourishing by good men doing nothing, and I think evil men, for their own greed and whatever else they're on, have turned this world into hell. I don't think it has to be hell here, but we are in a way living in hell because we've allowed it to become that.
It's another guy on YouTube who go by the name of Children of Israel out here, and he do Gematria, but he a Negro like me, and it be playing out perfect, just like it plays out perfect in your videos. And I'm watching the screen right now. I see you going to the movie.
So here's what the movie was called. 3 the Hard Way. Came out in 1974. And the story involves a white supremacist plot to taint the United States water supply with toxin that is harmless to whites but lethal to blacks. 3 the Hard Way, 1974, and the movie title 3 the Hard Way, 74, and Flint, 74. And there's a whole lot more to what's been done in Flint. From the start of the crisis to the day Obama addressed the problem was 740 days for another 7-4 when he did the little sippy on the water. So, yeah, man, it's sick. That's all part of the plan and plot by the numbers, too. And, again, sometimes I wonder how many cities actually have going on what Flint has going on, because so many people saw that story and they're like, well, I'm glad I don't live in Flint, but I've been to some places in this nation that have some really nasty water. I mean, the same thing could be going on all over the place. You just haven't heard about it, so.
Yeah, this is mind-blowing stuff, man, and it's everywhere, and I don't know what to do. if I can do something about it, I would. I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, the thing that you can do with this knowledge is help spread it, because my goal when I started 6 years ago, and I thought I would be there by now, honestly, and I feel like maybe we would. Well, I don't know, maybe that's a little bit optimistic, but have I not been censored so heavily and deleted, and have my channel just destroyed and deleted a million times by Google and these platforms? I mean, we would have at least hundreds of thousands of subscribers at this point, and with hundreds of thousands of people, if everybody out there is going out and telling 5 more people, we can reach 1 million people in a day. We can get 1 million people to know about what's up with Kobe Bryant today. And anyway, that's the thing. We just have to build up enough of us who are willing to speak out and spread the word to help wake those, sleeping masses. And I know a lot of people don't want to wake up, but if we can get a big enough group of people and do, again, I'm trying to encourage people to do public demonstrations to raise awareness. I mean, there should be a ton of people outside Staples Center right now holding up a sign, Kobe Bryant, dead on his 157th day of his age. Kobe Bryant equals 157. Yeah. Staples Center, 157. Somebody else can be holding up the signs about, remember when Steph Curry ended his record 3 points of, or 157 straight games with a three-pointer in the Staples Center, and then somebody can have another sign about, this cartoon. I mean, it's just the way it needs to be. There needs to be groups of people gathering when this stuff happens, spreading this knowledge, because yeah, I mean, there's examples that come up every single day to prove this knowledge several times over, but there's only so often that a story comes up like Kobe Bryant where enough people care or are curious, because, Kobe Bryant's, one of the most famous athletes in the last 30 years, but still, that's why an opportunity like this, too, this is something where, even somebody who doesn't want to hear about Gematria can be like, listen, man, don't you think it's weird that LeBron passed Kobe of all cities in Philly, where Kobe's from, and then the next day he dies? Right. And then for the person who's like, well, I mean, it could be, it's like, well, think about it, man. The Lakers only play Philly twice a year in an 82-game schedule. That means there's a 1 in 41 chance that they'd be in that city. But, yeah, so... Actually, I take it back, man. I take it back. There's only a 1 in 82 chance, honestly, of being in Philly, because there's only going to be 1 game in Philly out of the 82 games they play that year. 2 against Philly, but only 1 in Philly. So, I mean, we're talking about like close to a 1% chance of Kobe being passed by LeBron in his home city. But go ahead.
Yeah, the last thing I was going to say was, okay, these celebrities and entertainers, especially somebody like Kobe who's been in it for so long, he gotta know about the death rituals.
Of course.
You don't think some of them be feeling like, okay, my time coming, if they really killing them? I know they be knowing something, you know what I'm saying?
Did you see the interview I just did with Larry Johnson on Wednesday?
No, I didn't.
It's on Gematria Effect Sports. I interviewed Larry Johnson of the Chiefs Wednesday, and I asked him about these murder rituals. And since he was connected with Jay-Z and Rockefeller Records and all that, and he was there at the time that Kanye West's mom died. And he felt like ever since that Kanye, to get his fame, he had to have his mother offed. And he just remembered how Kanye was so fixated on it, and like couldn't get his mind off and talking about it all the time. And he said he thinks it goes on all over, but he said, like, for sure he thought that was an example. When Kanye's mother died, that she was his sacrifice for, his bolstered career. So, yeah, check out the interview I did with Larry Johnson. I mean, it seemed like some things he didn't really want to talk about or share that much on, but he did talk about the murder by numbers, and he went into detail there.
Okay, thanks, man. I'm subscribed to the Effect News and the Sports Novel.
Yeah, make sure you're
addicted to it. No, I can't get past it. It's too crazy. So I'm watching, definitely.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care. And again, that cartoon's out there if you want to explore it. I'd like to play it, but I just feel like if I give Google any reason to take down a video, they will. And playing a cartoon from Comedy Central, I just feel like that would be the undoing of this video. Again, just in case you missed the video I put out yesterday before LeBron passed Kobe and the ritual of him doing it in Philly. Again, we talked about ritual murder in that video, and we were just pointing out that yesterday was Kobe's 156th day of his age. He grew up a Sixers fan, Philadelphia 76ers 156. Talked about how it was 26 days after LeBron's birthday. Game, Bryant, Jordan, Philadelphia, LeBron, Ramon, James, 101 to 26 prime. Just talking about the significance of all this. and now Kobe dead the next day on the 26th. And before the game played, we talked about how yesterday had the 54 connection, and then LeBron passes him on the 54th point of the game. Just think about it. Caller.
Yeah, hey Zach, how you doing?
Doing well, man. What's up?
Yeah, my name is Brent. I'm from Kansas City. I don't have anything on the Kobe Bryant, but I was wanting to tell you what I found out about the Chiefs and the 49ers.
Okay.
Well, and first of all, I love your work, and I've been listening to you for a while, and I have a lot of respect for you. I've been doing this a while myself, and I don't have any videos. But I wanted to tell you I was following since it was the 100th season of the NFL, and I was going with the ESPN headline of Year of the Black Quarterback.
Right.
And I couldn't find anything on it, but I stuck with it. And Zach, if you go African American,
it's 100th NFL season.
It's 100. That's exactly right. So Zach, I stuck with it, and so I went with the first black quarterback, Doug Williams.
Right.
He won a Super Bowl on 1/31/88.
Right.
And if you take that date until the date of this year's Super Bowl, it's 32 years and 2 days. And I thought that was very, very interesting. And they mentioned that in the divisional round championship that Doug Williams won and threw 4 touchdown passes, and Patrick Mahomes did the same thing. So I'm thinking the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl against the 49ers.
They did call it the Year of the Black Quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes' full name does equal 333, and the Super Bowl does leave 333 days left in the year. So we'll see.
It sure does. And I haven't heard anybody mention that, but if you take the date Doug Williams won the Super Bowl up until this Super Bowl, I thought that was very interesting.
It's also, this season's a span of 42 years since Doug Williams was drafted. That number stamped all over Black history. He won his Super Bowl with 42 points. The only other quarterback to win a Super Bowl was Russell Wilson playing in Washington, the 42nd state, plus Seahawks equals 42. And then this year you have two 42 connections. Missouri equals 42, the home of Kansas City, and 49ers equals 42. And like you said, Mahomes just threw 4 touchdowns in the second quarter like Doug Williams did, 4-2. And, they really like that number. Lamar Jackson clinched the top seed exactly 42 days before the Super Bowl. And remember, it was Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes who were in that picture for Year of the Black Quarterback by ESPN to start the season. So,
yeah, I didn't know all that, but, I've got a whole list of it and trying to follow what you just said.
Oh, I forgot one. February, the month that sums to 42, because this year the Super Bowl's in Black History Month.
Yeah, I've got that written down, too. I've got so many pages of here. I handwrite it, and I've been doing that for years. And then I discovered you. My first video I ever watched that you did was the Aaron Hernandez video several years ago. And I thought that was absolutely amazing. I think you do amazing work. Everybody down here in KC thinks I'm just crazy. And I watched your video there with Larry Johnson since he played for the Kansas City Chiefs. And a little surprising there about Larry Johnson. He definitely, his attitude has definitely changed from when he was a player. And so I'm glad that Larry Johnson is coming out. I also want to say, with the Kobe Bryant being 41, Super Bowl is also 41.
Of course it is. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, okay. I must have missed that. But, Zach, I think you do wonderful work, and I have a lot of respect for you.
I appreciate that. I just want to point, remember, Kobe was connected to the Eagles winning Super Bowl 52, and the Eagles won that Super Bowl with 41 points as well. So.
Well, and I watched that, and that Super Bowl against the Eagles and the Patriots, the halftime score was, I want to say it was 15-6. You got your 156 right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to say in that State Farm commercial, I know you talked about this a few days ago in your stream on the Super Bowl. in that State Farm commercial, they had the number 39 posted down there, which there's 167 games in the NFL per season, and that's the 39th prime, which I thought that was kind of a little bit interesting there. But
it is, man. It's just there's so many riddles with all this stuff. That's what a lot of people can't get their mind around. Like, they can't understand how deep it is. So, like, for example, Joe Montana equals 54. It's Super Bowl 54 between his two teams. But then it's also the impeachment bowl, because you have Nancy Pelosi from San Francisco versus Donald Trump, the commander-in-chief, and the Super Bowl's 54 days from Nancy Pelosi's birthday, and it's 134 days from Trump's.
I heard those Nancy Pelosi numbers, and of course I haven't done anything on Nancy Pelosi.
But again, just let me make the point. It's 134 days from Trump's birthday, and impeach equals 134. And then the biggest star on the field is the quarterback of the Chiefs, and that's Patrick Mahomes, who went to White House High School. White House High School.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
wow.
I'm not kidding. The Super Bowl is 138 days after Mahomes' birthday, and Donald Trump equals 138, just like how the Nationals won the World Series 138 days after Trump's birthday. And the same day that the Nationals won the World Series is the day that Nancy Pelosi brought the impeachment out into the public. And now the impeachment synced up with the Super Bowl, too. So, again, it's just a web of stuff. And, again, it's masonry behind all of it. Masonry controls the government, the media, the sports. It's so easy to see when you realize who's operating and what code they do things by.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And like I say, everybody down here thinks I'm just nuts. But, it is what you can't deny it. And I love what you're doing, Zach. And I also want to say one more thing. Walter Camp equals 112, and I was trying to find a match for 112. I thought championship was 112.
Super Bowl is 112. It's just like Chiefs equals 112. Super Bowl 112. Jimmy Garoppolo facing the Chiefs is born November 2nd, 11/2. He did his first career start on the 112th Meridian in Arizona a couple years back when Brady was suspended with that hoax suspension for 4 games. And this year, The Rock, who has the show Ballers, his show concluded exactly 112 days before the Super Bowl, and in that season, he buys the Chiefs.
That's right. I mentioned you was mentioning The Rock on I'm also watching your stream here on Kobe Bryant, and the last couple of streams you've mentioned The Rock, but I see here Super Bowl also matches 49, and 49 has come up in my research quite a bit as well, and I can't see where it is on my notes. I've got so many notes out here.
Here, I'll just help you out. Super Bowl equals 49, so does NFL, so does America, so does Scottish, as in the Scottish Rite. The 49ers won their last Super Bowl 49-26 over the Chargers, 75 combined points in the 75th NFL season. And this year, The Rock's father died at 75, who's from the Bay Area. He died at 75 on the anniversary of the Niners advancing to that Super Bowl where they won it in the 75th season. It's all ritual.
That's amazing. Well, Zach, I'm not going to keep you that much, but I've been trying to call you here for quite a bit, and it's kind of hard to get in.
Well, stay strong out there in Kansas City, man. You're not alone. We're all living with the people who call it all coincidence. It's too bad.
Yeah, that's just too bad. I mean, the proof is right here. I'm definitely a numbers guy, and man, keep up the good work. And I too am well, and I've now decided that I'm going to try to share some of my work with the world. And my first video, I'm going to mention you, and I love Zenith of the Alpha as well. I've learned a heck of a lot, and my first video, I'm going to mention that I've learned a heck of a lot from you and from Zenith of the Alpha, and of course Derek as well.
Right.
But man, I appreciate you talking to me, and I wanted to tell you about that 322. We all
appreciate it, man. Great work. I'm gonna switch over. You take care.
Okay. Take care.
What's up, caller?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up? One thing about Kobe, he was drafted in 96, and the final score against the Jazz was 101-96, wasn't it?
Right. Yep. And Lakers is 96. Traded for Vlade Divac.
and he was the 13th pick in that draft.
Exactly. And then he goes to L.A. Exactly. Kobe Bryant, 41, the 13th prime. It's all a joke, man.
And his daughter was 13. And people in the chat say they don't understand how the Grammys connect to where the Grammys held at. The Staples Center.
There you go.
That's where he played all his games at the Staples Center. That's why they don't. That's why they got connected to the Grammy. Plus, the first Grammy was May 4th, 1959. Black Mamba equal 59.
And Kobe being Bryant, 54. Yeah, exactly. And again, even if it wasn't at the Staples Center, it wouldn't matter, man. The entire world of entertainment is controlled by the same people. But yeah, it is in the Staples Center, and Staples Center is 157, like Kobe Bryant, who's dead on his 157th day of his age. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to make that point that he was drafted in 96. The Utah Jazz had 96 in his last game. He was the 13th pick, plus his daughter was 13. Now they just updated. It says 9 people was on board on the helicopter now.
Now there's 9 people? 9? So they,
yeah, that's what it is.
See how they did it? At first they said 5. Now they're doing 9. Black Mamba's 59. Negro 59. Yeah, it's sick, man.
All right, I'll let you get back to the live screen.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, the line's back open. And, again, he just made an interesting point about first, let's look it up, first Grammys date. Let's see. May 4th, so Kobe being Bryant, 54. Just like how yesterday LeBron passed Kobe with the 54th points on 25/1, like 251, the 54th prime. And then 59. Same year Motown Records came out. Negro, Slave, Blues, Rasta, all 59, like Black Mamba, like Michael Jordan, like Ali, like Rodney King. 59 and 42, the numbers they put all over Black history. Rodney King, born on April 2nd, 4-2. Rodney King, 59. Same numbers all over Black history. Detroit on the 42nd parallel, where Motown opened up in 59. February equals 42. Black History Month ends on the 59th day of the year, except for in leap years. Yeah. It's sick, man. He's right. Kobe being Bryant, 54. Black Mamba, 59. Part of what makes him a fitting ritual to be dead on the day of the 62nd Grammys. All right. Well, I think we covered about everything. Again, the only thing that I can't show right now is this helicopter crash. I'll do some more research on this cartoon that predicted the death of Kobe Bryant in a helicopter crash. But I see that if it really did release on November 17th, 2016, that was that date with the 44 and 64 numerology, the date that celebrities die. Let me just see how long it was from that. And again, that is the day leaving 44 days left in the year as well. But hold up. Let's just see. Or wait. Hold up. What happened to that? Yeah. November 27th, 2016. To today. We got a call here. Caller? Caller, you're on.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to call in about a couple of days ago. You spoke with Larry Johnson, and this was about the Madden cover.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes and Sherman are on the Madden cover.
Both of them are on it this year? I know Mahomes was. Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait, I know Mahomes is on the cover. Again, Mahomes equals 115. He became the Madden cover athlete on April 25th, the 115th day of the year. But are you saying there's a second cover this year and Sherman's on it this year too?
Oh, no, he's on the Madden 2015 cover when he was playing for the Seahawks. His arms are out, and he's on the cover of. So they're both on the cover of a Madden cover.
And, well, that's funny that it was 2015 because, of course, Mahomes wears number 15. So
exactly. And I used to work at the Chiefs Stadium, and I kind of got some inside information. And to all the listeners, the Chiefs will be winning the Super Bowl. One of the referees kind of passed me on that knowledge. Yes, sir.
Well, hey, just
will be winning the Super Bowl.
We'll see if this is true. But if it is true, remember the head ref for this Super Bowl is number 52. And 49ers equals 52, and so does Garoppolo. And E40 just put out the song at age 52 about the Niners. But if the Niners lost in the Super Bowl, they would be 5-2. And I'll tell you right now, if the Niners lose in the Super Bowl, I'll just put this out there for free. If the Niners lose in the Super Bowl, I would put in a future right away for them to win the Super Bowl next year in Tampa Bay, because Buccaneers is 62, Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 62, Lynch is 62, the lifelong Tampa Bay Buck, who's now the GM for the Niners, and 49ers has that 55 connection too. So if the Niners go down in this Super Bowl, I would bank on them being in the Super Bowl next year. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yes, sir. You are absolutely right, Zach. I love your work. I've been watching you for 5 years, man. Keep it up, man. I love you, man.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for the tip.
Yes, sir. Bye.
All right, see you, man. Yeah, a lot of twos would play if the Chiefs did win. I can make an argument for the Niners to win, but there's a lot of twos on the board if the Chiefs win. Niners get their second loss. Chiefs get their second win in the Super Bowl on 2-2. Andy Reid gets his 222nd win. The Chiefs have only been in 2 Super Bowls. There's more. So, anyway, this knowledge does pay big dividends. It's how we've nailed so many sports championships months in advance. And I'm not going to give myself a lot of credit for this NFL season. It's been really tough because a lot of riddles were laid out there. But after the Week 3 game, we did say that you might want to put a future in for Niners-Chiefs or Niners-Patriots. And at that point, we already had 3 other futures we were looking at. So we were talking about our 4th and 5th future. But a huge ritual happened with the 49ers in Week 3. And, again, San Francisco's 50, Chiefs is 50. It's the 50th Super Bowl of the modern era, Super Bowl 54. It's been 50 years since the Chiefs were in it. There was all these 50 tributes at the beginning of the year, and, of course, the Niners hosted Super Bowl 50. They were once 5-0 in Super Bowls before they lost the Harbaugh Bowl. Now we're talking about the death of a major California athlete. And I don't know if you guys caught the name of his daughter, but his daughter's name had 52 and 74 Gematria. There's 52s all over the place at this Super Bowl right now, so... including head ref 52 on the field, Bill Vinovich. So, Joe Montana Bowl. Joe Montana wore 19 with Kansas City. It's the 2019-2020 season. 49ers won Super Bowl 19, 38-16 over Miami, 54 points in the 19th Super Bowl. Now in 2019 Super Bowl 54, the 49ers back in it, synced up with Joe Montana's teams. Again, check this out, you guys. Joe Montana's birthday is June 11th. I'll just show you how sick this is. You guys got to see this stuff. Joe Montana's birthday is June 11th, right? Like 11/6, like 116. There were 59 points scored in the conference championship for the AFC and 57 in the NFC. 116 points, like 11/6. And then the Super Bowl, whoops, let me get it right here. Oh. 2/2/2020 to 11. No. Hold on. June 11th, 2020. Check it out. It's a span of 131 days, right? And remember, that's the Super Bowl number. Year after year, we show how these championships are synced up with this number. Super Bowl's 131. Championship 131. When you write out 57, it equals 131. The Niners just beat the Packers 37-20, 57 combined points, a span of 57 days from playing them in the regular season. And again, Joe Montana is 54. For Super Bowl 54, you get the Montana Bowl. Caller?
Hey, Zach, I wanted to know, did you, since John Madden's got 83 this year, right? With the whole Madden curse thing, do you think that could have been like a reversal?
Well, remember, curse breaker does equal 54, and it started with Eddie George, the Tennessee Titan, who the Chiefs just beat in the AFC Championship. So Mahomes could be the curse breaker. We'll see.
And that game was released on August 2nd as well. And I remember you bringing up the 82 with Andy Reid, if I'm not correct. He could get his 82nd win with the Chiefs, right?
That is correct. I didn't think about the release date of the game. That's a good one.
Did you have also that Nancy Pelosi is the 52nd Speaker of the House?
I did not realize that either. That's interesting.
Yeah, so with all those 52s, I definitely wanted to get you that one too. I definitely that 52 is huge.
It's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. And what is it? Is it Joe Montana Bowl equals 52, like they're calling it? I think that's right. Yeah, Joe Montana Bowl 52 too. So.
It's all over. You can go on forever with the 52s and everything like that. What was the other thing I wanted to ask you? I found interesting from the day that Bart Starr died to Patrick Mahomes' birthday. I believe is 3 months and 22 days. That's Skull and Bones number.
Right. Interesting.
And then I don't know if you know, Len Dawson also wore 16 as well, just like Joe Montana.
And that's the sickest thing. So this Super Bowl synced up with Joe Montana's 64th birthday. Kansas City Chiefs equals 64. And remember, when Patrick Mahomes beat Len Dawson's 1964 touchdown passing record November 11th, 2018, his girlfriend's father was in the stands, and he dropped dead in the stands when Mahomes beat the record around the same time, and that game was exactly 64 weeks before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and also one other cosmetic thing, but just Joe Montana and Len Dawson, they share that 16, but if you add it plus Mahomes' number, so 16 or 15, that's 31, and if I'm correct, Bart Starr died on a 31 date. I believe it was
May 26, May 26, 2019, he died.
Yeah, so there's another 31 for you. But yeah, that was it. I just want to add those two little things.
Right. Yeah, great points, Victor. Love it, man. Thanks.
All right. Take care. The LSU coming up. You excited?
Definitely excited. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try to, whatever trip you're getting together after this one, if it's a little closer to New York, I'll try to see if I can link up with you.
Indeed, man. I got to come to New York. All right. Take care, Victor.
Bye.
Caller?
Hey, Zach. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Hey, man, this is crazy. The Pope is all over. There's numbers around the Pope.
Oh, sure, because there's a huge Jesuit order ritual here. Jesuit orders 54, like Kobe beating Bryant, like him getting passed by LeBron was all about 54 yesterday. Okay, what do you got?
Well,
oh, damn, man. I just realized something just thinking in my head. The Pope's birthday is December 17th, so that's 14 days to the end of the year, plus 26 more is 40. So if you count the span from December 17th to today, it's 41 days, just like how Kobe's 41.
Yeah, man, but the 266th day of the year, last year, 2018, is when the Chiefs and the 49ers played, and this is the 266th Pope, Pope Francis.
Right. Yep, that's the Jesuit model.
In Spanish, his name is Francisco.
He's named after St. Francis of Assisi, which San Francisco is named after.
Right. So, I mean, I was looking over the Super Bowl 100. If you go back and look at there's so many San Francisco players. Old Hannah, you got Singletary, Richard Sherman.
This is true.
Deion Sanders, man. Deion Sanders has 53 career touchdowns. In that commercial, he catches an interception, which would put him at 54. And then he gets tackled by Brian Urlacher, who wore number 4.
Right. Hey, and just to go back to your Pope Francis thing, I did cover actually the Jesuits in 266 earlier because Kobe's dead 266 days after his wife's birthday.
Right. When I saw that on your post, I was like, I knew there was a 266 connection because I was looking at the Pope. I'm like, this is the 266 Pope. And then you got Juju Smith-Schuster dancing on the table with 2 red shoes, 2 red slippers.
Like he's Dorothy.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Beast right after that, the Beast.
That was one of the most blatant things I saw this year. Again, the Seahawks ran a clip of the Beast Mode earthquake in the Seahawks-Saints game this year because that happened in the Seahawks-Saints playoff game a decade ago. But then right after that, Russell Wilson scores his first rushing touchdown, and they put up the last time he did it, and it was 666 days before the game. 666, right after doing the Beast Quake highlighted. It's just sick, man.
Crazy. And then I got a connection with, if you go 1,619 weeks back, so he wore number 16 and number 19. That puts you right at Super Bowl when they beat the Cincinnati Bengals. When the 49ers beat the Bengals.
And are you talking about the first or the second time? Because the first time was Super Bowl 16, where the Bengals lost with 16 points to Joe Montana, number 16, and in Gematria, SF breaks down to 1-6. So.
Oh, shit. But, yeah, I don't know which one it was, but it was 16. It was 1,619 weeks. I just noticed he wore number 19. And then the Cincinnati connection, I know Cedric Benson died this year, and he played for Cincinnati and Green Bay. And he died on Highway 2222 in Texas.
And if you write out February 2nd as words, it equals 222. Andy Reid can get his 222nd win that day. Yeah, that's a good reminder. I got to go back and look at the Cedric Benson death.
Didn't you just have a post about the Benson, Gail Benson?
Yeah, and Gail Benson and the Saints, right.
Yeah, so there was all these connections with the Pope and Saints, and just, I don't know, I was putting it all together.
Right.
Yeah, man, I forgot your number, and then I just saw it in the live chat, so I wanted to hit you up.
Yeah, good information, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right, take care. All right, the line's back open. Here, let me go out to, here's a voice we haven't heard for a minute. Jeff Young's been calling in. Let me get Jeff Young on here. Here's our resident celebrity.
Hello.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Doing well, man.
Sign
Thanks for
off?
calling.
Sign off your live?
I am still live. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're live.
So first off, I've had to refresh like 50 times just to listen. They either pop commercials up or it just stalls out in silence. But the main thing I wanted to mention to you is how crazy is this when you think back to the Grammy Awards 2016 when I wrote you that letter about Vanity.
Right.
And they offed her that day. Now we should be looking, within a couple months' time, if they follow the pattern, who's going to be in Kobe's vicinity like Prince was in hers, right?
Okay, that is a really great reminder because that was the 58th Grammys. And again, Freemasonry, Rosicrucian, Secret Society, all 58. Kobe Bryant's 58. Los Angeles Lakers 58. They're doing it in the Lakers building tonight, the Grammys. And then that was all synced up with, there were so many things synced up with Prince's Purple Rain. Purple Rain's 58 as well. Again, Prince had the song I Would Die For You with the number 4 and the letter U that he recorded in 83, dies 33 years later on 4/21. Used the 21st letter. I Would Die For You says I Would Die 4/21 like he did 33 years after recording. Grammys is 33, Kobe's 33, so there's some major parallels. But then Prince also performed in Super Bowl 41, first ever Super Bowl with a performance in the rain, and now Kobe's dead at 41. So there's definitely something going on here.
Exactly, my friend. And I'll let you go and get to the other folks, but I do want to mention, what with all the channels you've had and documentation deleted that you've mentioned earlier in the live stream. And not to promote my radio show, but we do still have archived in our 8 years of archives. When you came on my show, I don't know if it was the day of the 2016 Grammys or the day after when Vanity, and remember Niagara Falls, the connection with Vanity and Niagara Falls, and they turned that purple on the day of Prince's passing. But I have Zach on my show 67 days before Prince's passing, telling him to watch his back. Basically, we recreated what he did on his YouTube. His decode of Vanity is also captured on my radio show, so if you want to check that out. Actually, I should capture the audio of that segment and send it to you, Zach, so you have it.
That would be awesome, and I am putting your show on the screen so everyone can see it. By all means, promote your show. Jeff Young's Music Without Boundaries, awesome music program. You're still doing it on Monday nights, right?
Yeah, as soon as I hang up, I'll drop the photo album. There's a photo album with everything Zach and I uncovered. It's on Facebook, so you have to be on Facebook to see it. But and if I tried to post anything like this on Facebook today, I'd never get away with it. But it's because it was posted so long ago. You can go in there and see all the stuff we uncovered. Like, remember that Prince's father and Aaliyah were killed the same day, the same year, and that Vanity and Prince's mother were killed the same day, 11 years apart. Right?
Exactly.
And all that's in there, along with the show that Zach was on. The link is in there so people can go listen to that show. And it was right on the heels of the Grammy Awards. Either it was the next day after the Grammys, whatever was the first available day I had to do a radio show after the 2016 awards. Zach was on my show. And although he did lose that video here on YouTube, it's there and all his decoding. And he, I remember him very clearly saying, Prince better watch his back. And it's right there in my archives. So just another affirmation, if you will.
The episode, I went through your archives, the episode's from February 18th, 2016. It is there.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll drop the Facebook link with
a lot of photographic stuff with everything I just mentioned about Niagara Falls. And remember, they released a beer on the day of Prince's death called Purple Rain, although they spelled rain like the reign of a queen.
Right.
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 And the Niagara Falls was huge. Remember when we figured that out? We're like, Niagara Falls? And we're like, wow. Guess who was born there?
Vanity.
Denise Matthews, right?
Vanity, her hometown. Right.
Yeah.
And that's, again, when Prince died, we were talking about the specifics of the number 67, and then Prince goes on to die a span of 67 days later. Now here we are years later, and Kobe Bryant's dead on a date with 67 numerology, where his helicopter supposedly crashed, and the location was 67 Gematria. So, hey, Jeff, since you are our longtime resident celebrity, again, what do you think's really for people who don't know, this is Jeff Young, professional musician, guitarist for Megadeth and even better bands. Jeff, again, we've been talking about the murder by numbers for years now. I mean, do you think all these people are really getting off, or do you think some of them might be going to, little face surgery and appearing somewhere else, or what do you think?
Remember when you were coming on the show, we did, like, in that whole run, we had Natalie Cole, Glenn Frey, David Bowie. It went on, and Prince was just one of them. I think it's a combination of real sacrifices, and especially when it's folks in the peripheral, like Kanye West's mother. I think some of the celebrities, like someone like Prince, let's use him as an example because he's a perfect example. He's getting up in the years, right? And the last 3 albums he released are amazing, but no radio station played the stuff. No one gave a shit. I played the stuff. I've got the records, but in a certain place, people get sick of singing. He's sick of singing 1999,
right?
Purple Rain. He's getting older. He was always pretty bad. And, Prince, he took his name from Freemasonry, Prince Hall Freemasonry. So, and all his imagery, especially in his later years, the name of his band, we talked about his song 319, his whole career was coded. Right. He was in the bathtub and When Doves Cry.
Right.
Everything about his entire career has been scripted by the numbers, from his record deal with Warner Brothers to his death. And he sang, 33 years before his passing, on Purple Rain, I Would Die 421, and talks about an elevator on the same record.
Right. Right.
So someone like him, now just look, I sent you a screen cap of the statistics of what happened with the band Rush's album sales and Spotify. It's insane. If people go research the statistics, and if you want to know why they do it, you don't need to ask once you see what happened with Rush. I mean, it's through the roof, like in thousands of percentile increase in sales.
Right.
And so it's the Hollywood Freemason retirement program. Prince is done singing the same shit over and over. He's aging and, wants to be remembered how he was. And people aren't buying his new music, so, he could be relaxing on an island somewhere. Remember that commercial they did in Europe, the beer commercial where Bruce Lee and
right.
Marilyn Monroe and everyone was there?
Right.
It's not hard to get lost. And I think some of them just get sick of, and it's part of his career. I mean, it obviously was scripted, with the song I Would Die for You and everything else. But, I mean, even think about Carrie Fisher and her mother.
Right.
Star Wars was just released, and it was tanking at the box office. So they killed one of them, and it wasn't enough, and they killed the other. No one, the sheep don't bat an eye.
Right.
We have Bobby Brown, the daughter of Whitney Houston, two of them in a bathtub, and now her boyfriend, So I think some of them are legit, and they're doing it for the reasons that they've done it since Egyptian times, because human sacrifice is
it's a thing.
Right.
I also think it's a huge Hollywood bonanza when a star's done with their career and they just want to ride off into the sunset, you know, and cash out. Hollywood wins, the celebrity wins. It's a win-win bonanza. The only person losing, the only people losing is everyone grieving, like everyone is about this con artist Kobe Bryant. One of my guitar partners named his child Kobe after that. I mean, imagine how hard that guy's pumped.
Sure.
You know, he may never wake up in this lifetime. He's so far gone, but that's my 2 cents on it. So I think, especially in the peripheral, we're seeing, you know, as celebrities are rising and people in their families or girlfriends, like a Jim Carrey's girlfriend.
Right.
I think some of these people got to be legitimately being taken out, but I think some of it is also stagecraft and theater, just like everything else is, and they cash in big. I mean, from a band like Rush, whose sales just went out of hand, even the drummer that we just mentioned from the band I love, Cynic, you know, even their album sales will just go through the roof. People who never knew who Cynic or Death was do today because of Facebook and Twitter, and they're all going out of curiosity because people have a morbid curiosity. Right? And again, think of John F. Kennedy and his 33-year-old girlfriend in a helicopter accident.
Right, right.
You remember what was happening in Kennedy's career at that time? You know, he was really kind of bucking the system, being a maverick. He started that magazine that people weren't fond of, but...
Indeed. Yeah, that's a great reminder.
So keep going, brother.
Will do. Really appreciate it, Jeff. Thanks for...
I think between this and your interview with Larry Johnson and, you know, the Prince thing, if people go back, and a few other huge things, I think it leaves little to the imagination what's going on and why.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, brilliant points, Jeff. Awesome reaching out, and everything you just said I think is right on, and I think it'll resonate with a lot of people. So yeah, sadly these deaths do generate a lot of revenue for certain people. So
huge. I mean, literally, seriously, everybody go seek out the stats on what's happened with Rush. My mind was blown. Even though I'm a Rush fan, I've got the meme somewhere. I'll send it to you, Zach, so you can see. I think I posted on your wall in the comments or somewhere.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, you might have to scroll down a few because you post a lot, but I did leave it for you because I was just blown away. They give multiple statistics all across the board just on that one band. And so if in Rush isn't anywhere near as commercials like a Whitney Houston, right?
Right.
Or a Prince. So think if you look at Rush's payday, then magnify that exponentially for someone like Prince or Whitney Houston or Biggie Smalls, who is it, the Notorious B.I.G.
Right.
Tupac, go right down the list. And they're capitalizing on the grief of the public, and that's what's sick about it.
Indeed. Indeed. Always keeping people in a negative state, whether it's fear or sadness.
And let me just say one thing about it, and this is the main thing I've noticed with promoting my own stuff, and this is the sad thing about being in the music business and trying to, like, you know, do it honestly and upright. The public, if you come out with a positive story or anything that's focused in the light, people don't give a shit because the world's totally fopused on the negative, and it's been overtaken by the satanic agenda. So that's why, this is how Hollywood got around Napster and the internet. They had, people don't care unless someone dies. It's just like, who's the rapper that just came out? Who's the cat that just died? That's
Juice WRLD.
He said he was gonna
just throw it out there and fake his death.
Right.
Because you got to be that controversial. No one's going to notice because the old business model of artist development doesn't work. No one cares. There's too many bands out there to sift through for the masses, and the music machine's not going to post any of the real music or the higher consciousness music. They're not going to let that rise. They're not going to put that on the Grammys tonight. What you're going to see is the lowest, most simple, repetitive, it's the equivalent of like television shows like Roseanne or Jerry Springer, but it's music, right?
Right, indeed.
And that's the sad thing, is that the public only feeds off the negativity, and they wouldn't, because of no one buys albums, no one goes to movies anymore because they can do it on their computer. They had to get radical. They didn't used to have to fake so many deaths before the internet. I'm sure they were still doing it, but this is the only way to get attention now, right?
Sure, absolutely. I think that's why everything's getting so extreme and ridiculous, is because it's just hard to hold anybody's attention in this information age where everyone's got the phone in front of them and the latest Instagram post or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. So, yeah, you got to do something big to capture that momentary attention. Mm-hmm.
To make anything go viral. I mean, how many albums are dropping in a year? People don't have time to keep up with anything, so this is the only way to create that kind of dramatic stir that's going to, and again, you could do something positive and no one will cover it.
I know, we both know all about that.
My video something that, I did this cool Hendrixy cover of the Beatles song. It's one of the most covered songs of all time. And get what YouTube did to me. It should have 20,000 plays, and they don't want to pay Harris Songs Publishing. So I literally have screen capture of that video with like 16,000 plays, and today, if you go there, it's got like 8,500.
Isn't it crazy how they take away views?
They literally misplaced like 13,000 plays.
Oh, maybe way more than that too, man. Yeah, because your cover, that's awesome.
I don't give a shit about plays, but think for an artist like me, I'm coming back from cancer. I've been away from the music business. I'm booking gigs. I'm doing interviews and trying to get equipment endorsements. And do you know what people look at? Unfortunately, in this day and age, they go look at your YouTube plays. They go look at how many subscribers that you have. So this is why we care. It's not about statistics or plays or ego or any of that. It's like, unfortunately, society's so twisted and backwards, Imagine if you're a booking agent and you go look at my video right now, it's got 8,500 plays. You're like, that's cool. But what if it had 20,000, 30,000? Who knows how many they swiped? And that's just a tune. That's just a music tune. And I put like a year of work just to come up with that arrangement and perfect that. And so that's what you get for trying to do it the upright and honest way. You get bent over by, I call it Baytube, and I have a few other terms for them that I won't say on your...
I know exactly what you would say. Yeah, it's tragic, Jeff. Well, I really appreciate you calling in and sharing all this information. And, yeah, great reminder on the archived episodes. I appreciate that a whole bunch, too. And
YouTube's the way that I think the Prince thing, you call him that 67 days before he exited in the elevator. I think that's one of your hugest things, and all the other stuff that we put together on the peripheral. Like how many people listening know about Ali and Prince's father? Same year.
Right.
Same year.
Right.
Prince's mother and Vanity, 11 years apart.
Right. Right.
That's huge, and it's all. We'll drop the links in the chat and have a look at those. More power to you and everyone listening. I'll talk to you guys soon. My sweet lady and I are going to dinner, and I don't want her to get upset with me. I know how you.
Good call.
With your lady, so I know you know me.
Good call, Jeff. All right, you have a great night, man. Enjoy dinner.
All right, talk to you later.
Take care.
Sure.
Caller?
Yeah, I just wanted to call back in. Have you noticed any connections between Kobe Bryant and 666 directly? Have you had any posts in the past about 666 and a Kobe connection?
Well, today, again, there's the 666 connection today because he died in a helicopter crash, and helicopter has that 666 thing, but I don't think I've ever connected.
He has a workout. He has a famous workout called the Kobe Bryant 666 workout. So the helicopter thing makes sense then.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like a few years ago, he, he like do 2 hours of certain exercises, 3 different ones. It's you can Google it, Kobe Bryant 666 exercise. But then you were talking to the other caller about Prince, and I thought it was funny that the same year Prince died, Future dropped a mixtape. Future, the rapper, he dropped a mixtape called Purple Rain, January 17th of 2016, and that reminded me of Jewish stuff, 7/11, 117.
Right.
So I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting. I got to do a little more homework there, but definitely thought that was interesting. And Prince died a little bit after that album dropped. So yep. But yeah, Kobe Bryant 666 workout is very interesting. That's all I had, though, Zach.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Caller?
Hey, Zach.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to mention real quick, and you might have already gone over this. I just joined the live stream, but the Gianna Bryant, his daughter,
right?
Her name in Gematria equals 54. It also equals 126.
Wait, hold on. I thought her name was Gianna Maria, not. Is it Gianna Bryant?
I thought it was, yeah. It says Kobe's, and this is on Business Insider, is where I'm getting my information. Kobe Bryant's daughter, Gianna Gigi Bryant, killed in a helicopter accident.
Okay, for some reason, TMZ wrote her name as Gianna Marie, and I was wondering what was up with that. If that was her full name or why she didn't have the name Bryant. But,
yeah.
Okay, so Gianna Bryant's another 54, huh?
And it's a 126, like January 26th.
Like 126. Yeah, unreal, man. Okay, yeah, so her full name is Gianna Maria Bryant. Okay, but I see what you're saying. So, I'm going to plug it in right now. I'm going to see her full name, too, to see what that is.
The other thing was, this is kind of off subject about the Super Bowl, but
real quick,
Montana,
just before... Wait, tell me this. I just her full name is 111, like helicopters 111. So she's got a 111 in her name, and then Gianna Bryant, like you said, is 126, like January 26th, and then 54, like her dad's name. Unreal, man. All right, can you mute your video while you're talking too? Because we're getting lots of feedback. But what were you saying about Montana?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the other point I wanted to make, just off topic about the Super Bowl, is, and you probably already caught this, but the state of Montana turns 131 years old this year.
I actually didn't catch that. Wow.
So in November of this year, it'll turn 131 years old.
Well, how about that, man? Crazy. So that actually means it'll happen when next NFL season starts. And I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I said if the 49ers lose this Super Bowl, which there's a chance they do, I think they will win next year. So that would be perfect while Montana's 131 years old. So, yeah, yep. Good tip.
So, that's it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Take care. See you. Yeah, look at that. The name is Gianna Maria Bryant, but just her first and last name, Gianna Bryant, dead in the crash, the latest tragic detail. And, man, somebody was telling me earlier before this detail even came out that he has a young daughter who's supposedly really talented at basketball. I'm assuming it's her. And this is just the stuff that I wonder about, man. Like, if they are faking their deaths, maybe she goes somewhere and gets even better at basketball. She comes back under a different name in 7-8 years. She's in the WNBA as the big star player. People then are saying, hey, doesn't that look like Kobe's daughter? You're like, oh, you conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat, But I swear stuff like this is going on, man. So it's hard to say. Just like Jeff Young said. Same thing I've been saying for years. I think some of these people are getting off and other ones, maybe it's just a ritual for some other reason. What's up, caller?
What's up, Zach? Go to Google and put in Kobe Bryant helicopter toys.
Helicopter toys?
Yep, you heard what I said.
Okay, well, I thought you were going to say cartoon, because I was like, okay. All right, hold on. Helicopter toys, huh?
Kobe Bryant helicopter toys.
I've almost got it typed in. I only have one hand because I'm holding the phone with my other hand. Okay, I see it, man.
Scroll down and go to the image so everybody can see it.
Yeah, it does say Kobe Bryant on here. The 24. You got Kobe with the propeller coming out of his head.
Yep.
When did these come out, man?
Yeah. Hey, and you know what I noticed? I'm gonna tell you what's going on. You listening?
I'm listening.
Your live, they keep cutting it off, and they're like, if you have interruptions in this live, we will tell you why. So it just keeps going in and out and all that because the truth's getting told.
Well, just wait until I finish the live stream, and then they choose some 30-second portion of the whole thing, probably like the dumbest 30 seconds. And then for 8 hours, it says, wait while this video is processing, and it just shows 30 seconds of this, hours-long broadcast, which they do all the time, too, for some more censorship. So.
Yeah. Look, come on, Zach. Helicopter toys? Come on, man.
Yeah. Indeed, man. This is no doubt a very well-planned ritual. And again, it just goes to what I was saying yesterday about how this stuff is all very well thought out and carefully crafted and scripted. So anyone who was denying that yesterday.
And before me, you got off the phone earlier today. Gianna reminds me of Giannis, like Giannis.
And I was gonna make that point when we get on Patreon, but again, who's number one right now? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in points, and he played for the Lakers and Bucks.
He played for both Milwaukee and the Lakers. The Grammys at the Staples Center. Come on, man.
And Abdul-Jabbar equals 74, 74th NBA season, man. I think the script's running through him, so. We already documented a whole bunch of rituals that went down this year early in the season with the Lakers and Bucks. So, yeah, I'm hearing it.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy, man. But, yeah, that's crazy about the toys, ain't it?
I can't believe it. Yeah, now we have a cartoon with a Kobe helicopter crash and a toy. It is crazy.
Yeah, and then Beyonce and Jay-Z had a brunch yesterday, and Beyonce holding up the 666 symbol with her one eye open.
You mean with her fingers doing the 666?
Yeah, put in Jay-Z, Beyonce picture at brunch. It might pop up.
All right, hold up. I got to finish doing the one thing I'm already doing.
Yeah, do it live.
Jay-Z.
Beyonce picture at brunch.
Beyonce. And it's from yesterday?
Yeah, they had a Rock Nation brunch. He owns Rock Nation.
Right. Jay-Z, Beyonce brunch. I'm just going to type in the date. January 25th, 2020. Oh, yeah, I got the picture right here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Come on,
Let's see if I can get a clearer version of that.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, with one eye. Yeah, man. One eye closed. She's making that 666 real clear.
Let me get deep with you. I don't know if you even covered this. I just got on here. So on 122, I think you talked to Larry Johnson. Am I mistaken?
Yep.
Okay. So San Francisco 122, Kansas City 122.
Right.
Well, Kobe Bryant scored 81 points on January 22nd.
That's right. That's right. And the rest of his team scored 41, didn't they? Because there was 122 points scored in the game. The Lakers had 41. Kobe had 81.
And guess who they've been talking to the most on ESPN today?
I don't know who.
Jalen Rose, the person.
Oh, well, of course, man. Of course.
That's the person he gave most of the 81 points to.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Raptors, they think he won it versus the Raptors, and the Raptors just won the championship.
Right.
So, yeah.
Crazy, man.
So, it's crazy. I don't know if this trade going to happen, but remember this, too. Jalen Rose, this is a little deep, though, but Jalen Rose from Detroit, Derrick Rose plays for Detroit, and they're saying that Derrick Rose is going to go to the Lakers, so keep that in mind.
Derrick Rose. Wounded knees. All right, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, y'all have a good day.
All right, take care, man. Yeah, just again, there's always more. There's just so much information. A lot of people trying to call in, and here's another caller. What's up, caller?
Hey, Zach, one more thing. Kobe's 41, obviously.
Right.
Then you've got his daughter that goes down with him. She's 13, and 41 is the 13th prime number, right? But if you add those two numbers together, it equals 54.
There you go. And her name, Gianna Bryant's 54 and 126, like she's dead on 1/26.
It's a lot of 54s.
Yeah. And anyone who watched my video last night, that's what I said, man. 54 is the number right now. That's why you see Kobe beating Bryant 54, getting past LeBron's 54th points for the Lakers on 25/1, like 251. The 54th prime is sick, man. And here we are the next day. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Take care. Caller?
Yeah, hi, Zach. I don't know if you covered this before, but if you look at the LA County Sheriffs on Twitter, they report where the crash took place, and it's the 4200 block
Oh, my
of
God.
Los Angeles Road. So you know what 42 means.
Well, we do. We definitely know what it means. And Lakers also has the 32 connection. So does LeBron James. Where can I verify that at?
42, like, because he's black.
Right. Didn't I just say LeBron James equals 42 and Lakers equal 42?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I thought you said 32. No, cool. Yeah, so, I mean, that's a dead giveaway. And I noticed, I don't know if it's real or not, but they never show, like, clear pictures. It's always just smoke from miles away. You see some fire truck, some Masonic officials, telling you what happened. I think it's all smoke and mirrors, Zach.
It's looking more and more like it. There's literally a Kobe Bryant toy helicopter you can buy, and then there's this cart.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
And one other thought I had, his daughter was Gianna, and I actually give credit to somebody in the chat said this.
Giannis.
Gianna kind of sounds like Giannis.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And again, the guy who's number one in points scored, since this comes the day after LeBron passing Kobe in points scored, the guy who's number one played for the Lakers and Bucks. And I don't know if you're on Patreon, but I was pointing out all sorts of rituals going down with the Lakers and Bucks that were synced up with the finals to start this season. So.
Yeah, that seems like, it's sad that it's a tragedy, but that seems like a good bet right now. Hopefully it's not
I would have got in on it a long, long time ago, back when the odds were still good, because those are the two front runners right now.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. But, so, great work, Zach.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Chime in with that.
Appreciate it. And don't forget, Abdul-Jabbar, who played for Lakers and Bucks, his name equals 74, like it's the 74th NBA season.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks pretty sick too. But I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's sick. I know.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, Zach.
All right, will do, man. You take care.
Zach?
Yeah.
Hey, Zach. One last thing. Are you still going? You're going to LSU?
Yep. I will touch down Wednesday night, and I'm there from Wednesday to Wednesday. So.
Well, you know what I was just thinking. It is just a random thought, but I think you might get a lot of resistance from the they don't want you spoiling their party. It might be better to talk to maybe the Clemson people, because they might be pissed off enough to look into it.
Well, I got all sorts of things to talk to people about.
If they won, they're not going to be as receptive.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Cold milk on the spoiling their parade.
Well, it needs to be spoiled. So
yeah, you're right. No, keep it up.
I'm going there to spoil the fucking parade. That is the whole point, man. I'm not worried about their shitty reactions. Let's hear them. Let's hear them go into coincidence theory mode about Billy King and all that.
Man, so many people know this stuff, and they're too chicken to share it. I was just sharing this to everybody on Facebook. I had people unfriend me, but I don't care.
Yeah, these people are fucking dumb. They're not even worth knowing, like I always say. So.
Yeah, I just laughed. I laughed at him. I said, I'm laughing. You could laugh, but I'm laughing to the bank because I've been working on my own system. And along with you introduced me to it. I've been working. I don't really want to brag about it yet, but I've been having some success with using it's for another time. But I might make my own Patreon. But it's like using the ESPN headlines, and running them into Gematria And I've been doing pretty good. Nothing to brag about yet, but it's looking good.
All right, man. Well, you keep it up. You take care.
All right, take care, Zach. Bye.
All right, see you, man. All right, and just a reminder, I am going down to LSU from this Wednesday to next Wednesday to put together a mini documentary to expose what's going on with ritual murder in sports. This has been planned for a couple weeks in advance. Now I have Kobe Bryant to talk about and even more things. But again, LSU, they just did a sick ritual in the fourth quarter of the championship game over Clemson. Remember, I told you guys in July it was a done deal. Clemson would be in the championship because of the ritual murder of Tyshawn Dye. What I didn't know about, that had actually happened even before that, is Billy Cannon was ritually offed May 20th, 2018, the same day that Joe Burrow of LSU joined LSU. The same day Billy Cannon died, Joe Burrow joined LSU. In the fourth quarter, they did a numerology lesson on the death of Billy Cannon. The only other LSU player to win a Heisman and a championship. He beat Clemson just like Joe Burrow this year in the same city, New Orleans. What's up, caller?
Hey, Big Zach, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well, man.
Yeah, great interview with Larry Johnson. I heard Jeff Young. I just picked up a little while ago about Jeff Young. Awesome stuff. I got a little connection that might connect the Kobe Bryant thing, because 113 is connected to Kobe Bryant, is it? He had that home.
Kobe Bryant equals 113. And just last month, on his 113th day of his age, there was a story about him orchestrating traffic after a bad car crash. So.
Right. Where's my notebook? I saw something in the New York Post. Because when this news broke, I was hanging out where I like to have a cigar, and they told me that they showed this helicopter, N-72EX. Supposedly this was the helicopter that, took him to his last basketball game back in, I think it was 2016. N-72EX. You can look it up on New York Post. But what was interesting, it had the Nike swoosh. This is all about the Saturn worship. And it kind of had the diamonds and the pyramids in the paint job. And we know all about diamonds and stuff like that, and pyramids with masonry.
Right.
But there was also a story that came out, which was very interesting. It ties the 113 into this. You know that girl, Selena Faye, Not So Afraid?
Oh, right. The 16-year-old Native American girl found dead in Montana just right around the time of the Montana Bowl. Right.
Now check this. In quotations, in one of the things I was researching, one of the articles, they were talking about how many young women from the Indian reservations have went missing. Pretty inordinate amount when you put it to the percentage of the population, of the local population.
Right.
Just crazy amount. So, in quotations, no more stolen sisters. No more stolen sisters.
Huh.
274, I don't know what that means, but 85 is a National Football League.
Right.
The next cycle is 239, 52nd prime number. That connects a lot to San Francisco's, correct? They can become 5 and 2.
Right.
Whether they do or not, I don't know. But the last cipher, which is what, the reverse reduction, is 113, which is the 30th prime.
Huh. Right.
So no more stolen sisters. Kind of connects to the football, kind of connects to the 113, the dishonesty, bullshit, mainstream. But 113 also connects to Kobe. So just wanted to run that by you. And just great work with the interview with Larry Johnson and Jeff Young. Good to hear people, awake out there trying to help out the cause, brother. So good luck with this all, and safe travels to and fro to Louisiana, brother.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
All right. Keep up the great work, brother. I got your back.
All right, we'll do. Take care, man. I'll tell you what, the phone is down to a 10% charge. Probably got like 5 phone calls left in it. So, again, I'll take calls until the phone's dead, and then we'll wrap this thing up. But the caller a couple calls back pointed out that Kobe died on the 4200 block. And again, man, that's the other number stamped all over Black history. And again, Lakers is 42. And, again, LeBron James is 42. Ugh. It's just, They just got to put the same damn numbers on everything, man. So, yeah, just the more and more we look at this, I'm thinking Kobe's probably alive and well somewhere, honestly. But, here, let's go out to the caller. What's up, Texas?
Hello, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. Say, I was trying to call into Zach's.
Yeah, you're on it, man. You just want to, you're on delay, so you're hearing the show from 30 seconds ago. If you mute the video and talk to me, it'll be easier.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on, though. You're on the show right now.
Okay. Say, I was just checking out a Freemason's website, and I see that Kobe Bryant is a Freemason, and I was just wondering if Zach knew that.
I didn't have any. A lot of athletes are Masons, including Shaq, and his birthday's synced up with Shaq. I didn't. Yeah. So, where did you get the confirmation that Kobe's a Mason too?
Yeah, I found a Freemason website out of Utah, and on that it shows that Kobe Bryant is a Freemason, and get this, in addition to him, so is Stephen Curry. So who knows what we might be seeing about Stephen Curry in the future?
Well, anyway. They both had fathers that played in the league, too. And, again, NBA is run by Masonry. So, I mean, it only makes sense.
So I just want to pass that by you.
Well, I will research it further. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Take care. Caller?
Hey, Zach. Hey, you were looking at the 4,200 block, and then you brought up LeBron James equals 42. Remember back in the day you did a video about LeBron James' dad, and how it might be Thurmond?
Nate Thurmond, yeah. Nate Thurmond died at age 74.
And he wore the number 42, though.
He did, for the Warriors and the Cavs. For people who are newer here, the reason I was able to call the Warriors and Cavs meeting in the finals before they ever did was because of Nate Thurmond, who I've always said is LeBron's dad. Again, you look at Nate Thurmond, you look at LeBron James. They have the same body build, the same hairline. You know, Nate Thurmond was an awesome basketball player who played for the Warriors and Cavs. You know how many times those teams met in the finals? Right after the Warriors won the first one, and then right after the Cavs won the next one, and the next year when they first played each other, Nate Thurmond dropped dead right after that. You know what? Nate Thurmond died 27 days after LeBron scored 27 in Game 7 on the real King James's birthday, just like how Kobe's now died 27 days after LeBron's birthday. So, yeah, that's another parallel right there. And here we are in the 74th NBA season because Nate Thurmond died at 74. So,
I wonder if he ever played Jelly Bean.
They must have played each other. Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to look into that.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
They would have been in the league at the same time. All right, take care, man. All right, see you. Yeah, here, I'll show you Nate Thurmond right now, man. Some people think I'm crazy saying this is LeBron's dad, but I've been saying it since, before the Warriors and Cavs ever met in the finals. You know, all these NBA players that supposedly don't know their dads. This is Nate Thurmond right here. I mean, I'm not saying he looks exactly like LeBron, but dude's got the same hairline. However, LeBron's hair's coming back. It's 2020, man. We got the technology now, but hold on. Caller?
Zach?
Yes.
I'm not live, am I?
You are live.
Okay. Well, then I'll just say this out loud. I'm not following your show tonight, but I am a twin. I'm a Capricorn, and my birthday is 0116, which upside down in the mirror is 911, and I have a twin, and we are total opposites. And I just wanted to tell you because I thought you might be able to understand this. She's 4 minutes older than me, but I don't know, just because she was born first doesn't mean she was conceived first in the womb. So I'm not even going anywhere with this. I'm just putting it out there. But I would like to do a survey of all the twins that were born on January 16th, 116, upside down. I'll bet you there's a lot of twins.
Could be. Yeah, very interesting observation.
Yeah. So anyway, as a twin, I'm saying that, and I just called her to tell her that. but I couldn't get through to her. But that's all right. You know, she thinks I'm a lunatic anyway. You know, we're lunar, emotion. You just have to pull the emotion in and say, you know, I bring it all together and not respond to it, and not internalize it. Just let it flow and let it go.
Right.
And look at other people and say, you know what? It's none of my business. All right then, Zach. Continued blessings.
All right. Appreciate the call. You take care.
Thanks, Zach. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so showing some images of Nate Thurmond. Again, very similar stature, very similar body build, very talented basketball player. I've thought for a long time this is LeBron's father, and that's why they got, you know, the 42 name. That's why they got Cavs Warriors playing each other 4 years in a row. And, yeah. Nate Thurmond died 27 days after LeBron scored 27 on the real King James's birthday, dead at 74. So. All right. The phone is almost dead. Take a couple more calls here. Caller?
Hey, Zach.
Yo.
Man, I finally got in. I've been trying to call for a minute. Man, big topic today, huh? So I texted my friend who I've been telling about Gematria, and I've been showing him your videos, and he looked up something that was very interesting about Philadelphia. The 76ers had a logo with the snake wrapped around the Liberty Bell. Did you see that?
So, somebody was talking about that earlier because it's on the court this year. What'd you see?
So the nickname for Kobe Bryant is Black Mamba.
Right.
And so it comes from Benjamin Franklin, from an old cartoon that he made called Join or Die.
Right.
When he was, I guess, with the Philadelphia Press Democrat or something. And the funny connection here is that, you know, Benjamin Franklin's on the $100 bill, and it's like the 100th season of the NFL.
True.
And the campaign that they dubbed this logo for is Phila Unite. So it's all tying into the Super Bowl because with the Press Democrat or whatever he worked for, Benjamin Franklin, there's a 54 connection in there because it was 1754 when he created that cartoon.
1754? 1754?
Yeah, 1754.
Huh.
And the other thing that's interesting is he was the 6th president of Pennsylvania. You know, the Niners are going for their 6th Super Bowl win.
Okay.
And there's some other connection with the 115. I'm still looking into it, but man, it's just so crazy how like all these things are happening with the NFL and with the Black Mamba thing, and then all of a sudden you look up the logo and the snakes wrapped around the logo. It's like Black Mamba's so crazy, man. But yeah, Benjamin Franklin has some kind of tie to it. And there was a 115 connection. You know how we've been talking about the 115 with Garoppolo and Mahomes, right? So from the date of today's accident to Benjamin Franklin's birthday, or the day he died, actually, it was 100. There was a 115 in there. It was 1 month, 15 days, and something else. I don't know. I forgot what it was, but yeah. So 4/17 is the date that Benjamin Franklin died. So it's 2 months and 22 days from now. That 222, and it's also 11 weeks and 5 days, which is like 115. So I don't know. I could be speculating here, but something has to do with Benjamin Franklin, you know, because he's from Philadelphia, and so is Kobe Bryant.
You're right. Right. Interesting. Yeah. Great observations.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right. Take care, man. Yeah. It's all masonry, man. Franklin and Mason. That's how they can. That's how they have all these rituals on lockdown over the year, because they're using their code. They're syncing it up with their history. Again, it's masonry. And again tonight, the Grammys in the Staples Center. Kobe dead on his 157th day of his age. Kobe Bryant 157. Staples Center 157. That's the 37th prime. Los Angeles 37. His wife's 37. Caller.
Hey, Zach, it's Lee from Conspiracy Closet. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I was wanting to touch on one thing I haven't heard anybody mention or say anything about, but I was watching a documentary on Kobe just earlier,
Uh-huh.
and they said that he was actually illiterate.
Well, and then by the time he was out of high school and in the NBA, they were saying he already learned to speak 6 languages. So, I never heard that he was illiterate. I always knew that they said he could speak a bunch of different languages, which I thought was crazy.
Oh, really? They said that he had spoke how many languages?
Like 6, because that was always the thing. They're like, see, he doesn't even need college. He's a super smart guy. So, yeah, I'd never heard that he was illiterate. I heard that he spoke many languages.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. So, I just thought I would touch on that because, you know, I didn't know. I'd never heard that before, but just wanted to throw that out there.
Appreciate it, man.
But yeah, man. Hey, have a good day. This is crazy, man. For
Thanks,
sure.
crazy. Take care, man. Caller?
What's going on, Zach?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, man? I just want to say I enjoy your work. It was kind of interesting that LeBron James had a memory of his shoes on the death of, I guess, say Kobe Bryant.
I found out about that, and we started talking about that. It was Mamba for Life that he had written on there.
Right, that was crazy. And I was sitting there with me and my son was watching the game, and I was sitting there, I was like, why would he do that? And I'm laying down, and my girlfriend was saying, hey, did you read the news? I was like, what? Oh, that's Kobe Bryant just died. I was like, what? And then I went back and look at the research. It was like Mamba, in memory of Mamba. 824. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's sick, man. And that phrase "Mamba for Life" equals 62, like how he's dead on the day of the 62nd Grammys, and sacrifice equals 62 too. So.
Right, and I'm all the way from Alabama, man, and I've been paying attention to you for a long time. But I know some of my people think I'm crazy, but I'm not. Everything you say, man, appreciate the work. Like I said, I donate to you all the time, man. I just want to tell you, thank you for waking my eyes up. Me and my family.
You're very welcome. And I have a feeling that a lot of the people who do call us crazy are going to look at this thing and be like, wait a minute, LeBron passes Kobe in his hometown and then he dies the next day? I mean, that's got to make people think.
Right, and then I knew he was going to win that scoring. He was going to get those points because, Kobe Bryant, learning research from you, he is from Philadelphia. Like I said, I've been following you a very long time before you even started the different ciphers and stuff. Since they built that Gematria board, I know you used to do 2 of them, now it's all 4. So I'm always from Alabama, man. And like I said, I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks.
All right, you take care. Caller? Caller? Caller, you're on, but I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, hello?
Yeah, now I hear you.
The helicopter they show that Kobe crashed was white, and everyone knows Kobe's helicopter is black. That's one thing. That's one thing I actually want to talk real quick. And another thing, think about how Kobe repeated, and how we've been talking, at least the community's been talking for 2 years now, how LeBron's going to repeat, go 6-6. It would make sense. I just want to drop that.
Okay, the wreckage I've seen, okay, it looks like I can see a little white tail there. I don't know anything about Kobe's helicopter, honestly. How did you know that he flew in a black helicopter?
Just look up Kobe's helicopter, and it's black and yellow.
Okay.
Well, the wings are yellow, but yeah.
Okay, all right, I appreciate that. I will look that up. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man. Look how he crashed off the 101. That's the 26th prime, like he's dead on the 26th. Caller?
Yeah. I just want to add another insight. Notice the NBA was created in 47, same like when Israel was created. I don't know if you've seen Uncut Gems yet, but there's a line in there that says, "You Jews are so in the NBA," or he said something like that. And also, I noticed Kobe Bryant equals 113, and his first NBA game was actually November 3rd, 96. So that's all I had. That.
Very good observation, man. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
All right, take care.
Yep.
All right, so we got one more 101-26 combo to add to our list because, again, he's dead on the 26th. 101's the 26th prime. They announced his death as the Pro Bowl was kicking off. And now we find out he died right off the 101. Caller?
Yeah, Zach, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I don't. Fine, thank you. I don't know because I came in late, but did you guys talk about Kobe steaks yet?
Kobe steaks, like the expensive Japanese steaks?
Yeah, because I was thinking Kobe Bryant. When I think of Kobe Bryant, I think of basketball. Then I think of Kobe steaks. And Kobe steak equals 55. And I've noticed a lot of 55 in the Super Bowl 54 riddles. But also, Kobe steaks are from Japan.
Right.
And Japan has a gematria of 42, like the Jackie Robinson number, 15, like Patrick Mahomes, 93, like Aleister Crowley, Salima. And so I thought, that's interesting too. But the guy that was talking about Rush, and he's such a great Rush fan, and it's difficult to realize that, they're in the system. But, they told you all along, Rush told you through Geddy Lee, that they were always in Salima because, the song, I Will Choose Free Will. And, free will, like, do what thou wilt, Salima. So, much as I liked Rush, I always knew that they were in the system. And I just wanted to say that to him. But anyway, that's all. I wanted to just bring in the Japan and Kobe steak part.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, take care. All right, you guys. Well, the cell phone says there's a 2% charge. I said I'd stay on until the cell phone dies, so we can take a few more calls. Again, if you got here late, Bryant dead on the 26th. Just talked about the significance. Yesterday, LeBron passing Kobe in his city 26 days after LeBron's birthday. Never would have guessed that Kobe Bryant, we'd have the headlines that he's dead on the 26th. But this is the twisted world we live in. But again, it just emphasizes what I've been saying. Sports, ritual, by the numbers, and ritual murders to go with it. Again, it's another Grammys death, just like it was Vanity before the 58th Grammys. Now it's Kobe before the 62nd. And it's a lot of the same numbers. Caller?
Yes, Zach.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Real quick, just wanted to say I appreciate all the information and everything, man. And I was looking at the Kobe helicopter toy.
Right.
And it cost $41.
No, it doesn't.
Swear. $41, and you got so LeBron has a helicopter toy, and so does Kevin Durant. LeBron's is $41.99, and Kobe's is $41.49, and it's out of stock. That's all I got, brother.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Much respect. Peace.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Who's selling it for $41? Years ago I said we might see Kobe die or not Kobe. I said LeBron died at a young age because he got this like $44 million contract from Nike while Nike was 44 years old, and that's a fateful number right there. And let me just see. No, this is gonna pull up his age. I believe what he's saying. I just say I gotta find the spot where they're selling this thing for $41. Well, Amazon. Well, this is a different one. But isn't it just crazy that there's literally a cartoon of Kobe Bryant crashing in a helicopter and a Kobe helicopter? I mean, it's just like, what? So, unbelievable, man. Again, the gematria is just what takes it to another level. And earlier we had the caller point out how Juice WRLD tweeted that he was going to get rich and fake his death. Remember his handle, Juice WRLD with those extra D's equals 128, and he died on December 8th, 12/8. So again, it just goes to show that this stuff can be planned and coordinated by the numbers. Caller? Hey, what's up? It's hard to hear you. You're quiet.
Can you hear me now?
That's way better.
Okay, cool. I've been a long-time follower. The reason I called is pretty much I came into some news pretty much on Instagram. I couldn't figure out how to send it to you, but there's been like a cartoon that's been made a month ago that basically showed predictive programming of Kobe basically in a helicopter crash and basically coming out of it, and they exploded.
Wait. Is this from a month ago, or is this the one from November of 2016 of Kobe crashing in the helicopter?
The one is a month ago.
Huh. Okay, so there's another one out there.
All right.
So, and I tried to basically like send you the information. I just didn't know how.
So send it to my email, gematriaeffectnews@gmail.com. Or if you guys would all sign up for freetofindtruth.com, freetofindtruth.com, the website I built, it's the place to share information like this, and I'll find it in a jiffy if it's there. So yeah, people right now are posting people are posting stuff right now on freetofindtruth.com. Again, you guys, I'm paying a lot of money each month. I'm paying $1,000 a month for this site, and it only has 1,000 people on it so far. I'm paying so that we can host like 100,000 people. I'm trying to get everyone sharing all the truth stuff in the world on here. So if you guys want to sign up for freetofindtruth.com and share on here, I would appreciate that, since we're trying to make something happen here. So.
Okay. So you said Gematria effectnews@gmail.com?
That's how you can email it to me. Yep.
Okay. I'll do that. Thank you.
All right. Take care, man. See you.
You too.
All right. But yeah, this is crazy right here. All right, you guys. It shows a 1% charge and it's been on it for a second, so probably die during the next phone call. We've been on a long time. We've uncovered a lot. Again, I'm posting all my blog posts on gematriaeffect.news. You got a Gematria calculator here. You got access to my ebook. There's a lot of stuff about Kobe in my chapter on sports. I got to admit, I'm one of the biggest Kobe haters in the world, growing up in Portland, Oregon, and just seeing through rigged basketball and being mad that nobody else can see through it. But still, I mean, if Kobe's really dead, I mean, this is horrible. Even being the biggest Kobe hater in the world, possibly, it's like, if he's really dead, I mean, it's sick, man. Yeah, he might have sold out everybody and all of his fans like all these other entertainers, but still, if people are really getting off by this Kobe, man, and there's a chance he's dead, but I don't know. Again, the cartoon, the toys, just everything, the ritual with him and LeBron yesterday. Ugh. And thank you to all the people who've donated the campaign. Looks like we're $89 from the goal. And again, I just want to say this. It tells me right now that about 1,000 people are in here. Well, actually, it's gone way down. It's down to 587. I saw earlier there was over 1,000 people in here. You know, if all 1,000 people had chipped in $5, there'd be a lot of extra money in this fund. And I'm telling you, look at how they always have these like hoax shootings at places that just went through a shooting drill 2 days earlier, and they're like trying to raise $100,000 and they raised $2 million. It's like, is this real? Or are the American people really dishing out money and getting psyoped? Meanwhile, I'm putting out the dopest information in the world for 6 years straight and trying to raise a little bit of money to go film a documentary in LSU. And I'm already booked the flight and stuff, but we still haven't quite hit the goal. But, you know, from a community of thousands of people and this pretty small goal, again, if we were way over the number, I'd be like, you know what? When I'm done with LSU, we're going to D.C., we're going to New York, we're going to the site of this helicopter crash. And I wish that's the way it was. You know, if everybody supported, if everybody chipped in $5, that would be a lot of money to do a lot of things. $5 isn't a lot to ask. I'm guessing a lot of you will spend $5 at a fast food place today, giving it right back to the tyrants. And anyway, support that cause if you can. I will link it as the top pinned post. And if you got here late, I did the whole presentation at the beginning and then opened it up to calls. I'm guessing that YouTube's going to make it forever to process before the beginning of the video upload, so when it starts, it'll probably show like 2 minutes or something like Google normally does. You know, 2 random minutes of nothingness. But give it a few hours, the whole video will probably process, and you can watch it from the beginning where we went over all the key things. So, again, man, we got to stop supporting these sports leagues. Got to stop giving money to these evil people, man. It's evil people that run these leagues, that do these rituals. Every sports ticket helps pay for the next evil act. Remember that. And, be back sooner than later, Truth Seeker. Till next time. Oh, wait. Before I go, hold on. We got some super chats. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. Let me check the super chats before we go. So some of them are just donations and they don't say anything. But there's a question: do I think Nike is involved? Well, again, Nike's the cabal. Like, I don't think Phil Knight is really the guy behind Nike. Oregon's the 33rd state. There's a reason Nike's there. Nike has done a lot of rituals over the years. Like I was just saying a minute ago, when LeBron got that $44 million contract while they were 44 years old as a company, I didn't think that was a good sign for LeBron in terms of his future life expectancy. But I guess who would you measure from with Nike? The only person to really measure from is Phil Knight.
Is Phil Knight even... Who is Phil Knight still the face of Nike? Let me see. Who is Nike CEO? John Donahue. Maybe it's not Phil Knight's company anymore. Parker's 33, like Oregon's the 33rd state. Is this... Nike has a new CEO? So his birthday is April 30th, the 120th day of the year. And this happened on the 20th... Well, today... This year it's a leap year, so that's 121. So be... What would that be? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what's interesting about this. If I'm doing the math right in my head... maybe I'm not. Let me check it out, though. Let me double check this real quick. 1/26/2020 to April 20th. So it is. It's a span of 96 days to his birthday, which is a little bit interesting because, again, Lakers is 96. Kobe was drafted in 96. So it's a span of 96 days to the Lakers, the Nike CEO. But now that I'm saying this out loud, wasn't Kobe Bryant an Adidas athlete? So... I'll think about that one some more, but somebody asked that question. Let me see what other questions were asked. Somebody pointed out it was LeBron's 99th game with the Lakers, 44th this season. Okay, and LeBron James' 99th game equals 121 like blood sacrifice. His season high as a rookie was 41 points, scored with age 19. From that game till Kobe's death, 190 months. The only thing I'm not clear about in that stat is if LeBron's season high as a rookie was 41 or Kobe's. But either way, it would make sense because Kobe had the LA connection 41, King equals 41. Don't ever forget that LeBron James' first career game was against the Sacramento Kings for that King James stuff. And don't ever forget that the team that he played for the majority of his career, Cavaliers, the followers of King James, or excuse me, the son of King James was King Charles, and the followers of King Charles were called Cavaliers. That's why King James was on the Cavs and won his only championship with the Cavs on the real King James's birthday. Then other people have pointed out that YouTube's tampering with the live stream with all the buffering. Yeah, that's par for the course. Somebody also chipped in $5 and said, come to Michigan. You know what? I really do want to go to Michigan to speak to the city of Flint about the rituals that were done in their city with purposefully poisoning the water, because I have a lot of information on that. And, yeah, Flint's just a city that really does get terrorized. So I do plan to come to Michigan. Thank you for the $5. Yeah, that somebody says I should go to the Staples Center and promote this knowledge there. I agree, man. I would like to be in front of the Staples Center today. And I'll tell you what. If my book had sold as many copies as it should have, I'd have a lot of money in the bank to hire people and start this Gematria Effect news and travel around at will. Again, you guys, I don't know why you don't read my book, man. I don't know what... It's been banned on 3 places. That should be a sign that you should get it right there. I mean, book gets banned at 3 locations, and now the place that we were having it printed, Lulu, even banned it recently, so that's the 4th ban. This book is 800 pages, and I only charge $5 for it, and it is the most pertinent information in the world. I mean, it is the bargain of a lifetime. And, you know... The channel recently grew back to 70,000 before it got deleted again, and to date, we've sold just barely over 10,000 copies. Where's the other 60-some thousand people that were here? Why didn't they get the book? You know? The only time there was a driven interest in people buying my book was when George Herbert Walker Bush died. I sold like almost 1,000 copies in a week. And that's because I'd said why George Herbert Walker Bush was going to die at 94 and not make it past November, which he didn't. But it's too bad, man, because everyone needs to be reading this book and knowing what's within it. And you don't have to read the first 800 pages. You just got to read the first chapter, why there's 26 letters in the English alphabet. That's chapter 1. And here we are with another example. I could put this in the first chapter now. You know, I talk about the significance of 26 and sports and so much more. Now you got one of the greatest sports stars of the last century, literally, dead on the 26th, who's got the 26 name Gematria. And you know what? Kobe's
name Bryant, I might even mention it in the first chapter. I'll have to go back and check it out. It's been a minute since I read my own book, but again, I put it out there for the people who don't know. So, yeah, first chapter is about 101 and 26. And now you got Kobe not only dead on the 26th, but right off the 101 freeway. Sick, man. Sick. All right, now got to go do the Patreon live stream. That was actually supposed to start at noon today, so I'm 4.5 hours behind, but I did put up a notification said I'm going to be late because Kobe just died, and we got to look at this. All right, guys. Top pin post be the place to get the link. Sign up for the Patreon. Support the movement. And for people in Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, I'm going to be in your town Wednesday to Wednesday filming a documentary putting out this exact kind of knowledge because all sorts of people died in New Orleans for LSU's rigged college football championship this year. You know, it's no different what goes on in college and pro. It's all the same. Until next time, Truth Seeker. Thanks again.